Hello? Where's my camera?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Where's
can
my
hear
camera?
now.
There it is. Yes, I hear you in the game now.
Okay, what about now? Can you hear me now? Am I running away and getting really quiet, or am I normal?
You're definitely in
Hello?
game. Hello?
Hello?
Because if you go over here,
Hello?
hello. All right, don't forget if you run too much, you die.
What?
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 If you run too much, you die.
You want me to run? You want me to run too fast again?
Yes, show.
I learned no lessons. I learned no lessons. No lessons learned. Ah! Ah!
The fact that you just fall over.
Bro.
The fact that you literally just fall over. Oh my gosh.
Running's hard.
Running is hard.
Running
It's
is
dangerous.
hard.
Listen, I'm so sorry Shia LaBeouf died, but I'm gonna need you to get back to work.
Our helmets light up when we talk.
I said
think.
that. I said that to you earlier. I was like,
Oh, I
Versif,
like that.
talk
Super
blue.
quiet, Pink.
Am I?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
too quiet.
Let me see if I can change my audio. Oh,
You're
my mic
quiet.
volume is very low. Is this better? Is this better? Is this better? Is this better?
Oh, that's so much better.
Okay, it says aim for blue, but avoid red. Okay.
Wolfie7828 just resubscribed for 38 months.
3
I
years.
cannot believe it's been over 3 years. That is so crazy. 3 years of poop and cheese.
3 years of poop and cheese. Exactly.
Go run. Go run. Oh God.
All right, we're literally just waiting for
I wanna see
Yaga.
how long it takes to die.
I died.
They both just keel over.
It is my camera's here, but I have my chat here, so I'm always
So stupid. Brosif is playing but not streaming, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I could swap to my actual stream now.
Oh, yeah, so your stream hasn't even been seeing this?
No.
Oh no.
No, what am I thinking?
It's okay. There's only 2 people.
Something.
Brosif just keels over. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Damn! Stonewall coming at you with the chicken was better than goose.
Alright, Yaga's joining.
This feels so loud to me.
We hear you, but you won't hear us because we're in game chat already.
Oh.
I hope you rock it. How many
Hello, friend.
themsies? Yes, our hand.
Everything is insane right now.
Okay, hold on. I have
You can also die from jumping.
Things are insane at the moment. What is happening?
so bad.
How's everybody doing? I hope
Hey,
everyone's good.
hey, I'm
There's
doing
a lot
great.
of things happening right now.
Your eyes are very cute.
Dying.
Your eyes are very
Welcome in.
cute.
I'm hearing too many things in my ears at the same time.
Womp. Womp. Hi Tori, how is everyone? I'm doing good. How are you?
Okay. How's everybody's week? I hope everybody's week was really good. I'm just gonna go right into the game because we're playing Lockdown Protocol and everybody's running around like a crazy person. I forgot to make myself to the game. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you can. Oh, you can scroll down to turn your microphone off, so they can't hear me while I'm talking to chat. Hi, DJ. Now I can talk to chat and they can't hear me.
Hello.
Hello. Wait,
Hello,
it's
hello,
it's
hello.
like different if you go like way over here. It's very echoey. Echo. Locking those protocols, locking down them protocols.
I don't know what's happening. I'm very confused.
Okay, we're just waiting for Yaga, who I think is trying to use her controller, but I don't know if it'll let her.
We'll find out.
We will indeed.
I have no idea how this game works. None of us have played this game before,
Nope.
right?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Hi,
Nope.
Alias. Nope, I have not.
You can't hear anyone? Oh god.
Oh, I tried turning my controller on and it did not immediately just go to it. So I don't know how easy it's gonna be.
Can you hear everybody now?
Do you hear what I hear? Oh, Yaga's here and she's angry. Look at everyone point at Yaga. She's so angry. Look at her. Look at her face.
Oh,
She's
no,
so angry.
Angry face.
She's so angry.
Everybody's so angry. Do you hear people? Okay, good. Wow, you are really angry. Your eyes are crossed.
You're angry.
I think that's just how you see what you look like.
Yeah,
Oh, can
that's how you
actually
see.
Change? How do
yeah.
you change?
Q and then customize.
Oh my god.
Yaga, we don't hear you in
I don't
game.
want to be. I want to be.
Forever young.
I want to be.
Forever.
Oh, I'm a cutie patootie. They're a little quiet. Okay.
Oh, here comes
Skin.
chaos. Look at that. We're gonna be perfectly.
How do I do anything? Okay. We're about to have so many people.
We're gonna kill. We're gonna kill.
We're gonna murder.
Now remember,
Guys.
the review says we have to let the streamer win.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I
Which
think.
streamer?
I think Blue did it.
Oh. No,
Oh no.
I'm not blue. I'm Cyan.
I think Blue did it.
J'accuse.
I am Cyan. I am Cyan. I am not blue.
Bleu. Le bleu. Sacre bleu.
I am not blue. Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu. Sacre bleu.
Pika. This looks like, okay, I don't know what this hand motion looks
Yaga
like.
looks very confused. Look at Yaga's. If you get really close to Yaga's face
It
and
looks
point,
like
her
I'm trying to
eyes go
grab-
crossed.
It looks like I'm trying to cop a feel.
Are you? Are you trying to
Look
come
at-
to you?
I mean, yeah, but let's try not to.
You're- Yaga,
Yeah.
your microphone's
So, yeah,
off. I
just
can
like,
see it.
If you left click. Hey.
Yeah.
How's it going? How are you?
Yoink.
Whee! Did you know? Oh, I hurt myself by jumping off of a thing.
Yeah, you can die by
Yeah,
jumping.
we're
Watch.
we're
Watch.
big
Watch.
babies.
Watch.
We're big
You can die. You can die. Watch. Ready? Bye.
Why can't I jump on this?
you can literally jump till you die.
Whee!
Oh my god. It's a so there's Broseph who is dead. Broseph is dead.
Dead
This is Broseph right here. This
That
is
one.
Gigi right here.
Hi!
And then this is Yaga who looks very confused.
Yaga looking at the ground.
Oh,
What are we looking at? Is there a bug on the floor?
she's trying to figure out how to talk to her text to voice to chat. If you
Wiggle,
scroll your
wiggle.
mouse wheel up and down, I don't know if she can hear me. Can you not if you can hear me?
It doesn't sound like she can hear you.
Okay. No? Yes? No?
Hey, Pink, can you turn your mic down just like the smidgiest smidge?
I can, yeah.
Whee!
How's that? Is that better?
I'm gonna. Yeah, that's so much better.
So-
I'm gonna die by running.
Oh, you can't get your mic to pick up. Okay, so is there
death by running.
set your microphone as default in Windows and restart the game.
I don't know why it's so funny to just see you just staring at the ground.
Look at
There's something on the ground.
she's staring right there.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
Right there.
Right
There's
there?
a bug.
Step
See it
on
right
it.
there. Step.
Squish. Squish.
I'll take
Yeah,
it
squish
outside.
it.
Someone get me a
Squish
piece of
it.
paper.
Squish, 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 squish. I don't think that will ever get old. I'm not gonna lie.
No, Dumping until you run out of stamina and literally die.
You guys died.
Amazing.
What?
I died? No,
You died.
You died. You died
You
first.
died.
You died first.
You died.
You died first.
You died first, which means that you died for real.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I pinch. I pinch. I pinch.
Pick your nose.
Pinch.
Pick your nose.
I push. I
I
push.
pinch. You cannot
I
pick your
push.
friend's nose. You can only
I
pick your
push.
nose and your friends.
That's not true.
I pick-
You totally can.
I picked.
I mean, it might be frowned upon in society, but
You can at least once.
It's a great way to end it when you don't feel like doing the rest of the task. Have you played this, Laz? Tutorials. Oh wait, guys, look, watch, point, and then click.
oh,
Oh.
Point.
What's how you do that?
Point, and then click.
wow! I like that you can. It wasn't me.
How do you do that?
It wasn't me.
I didn't do it.
It wasn't me.
I'm gonna.
No, it really
I'm
looks like you
coming to
wanna
get
rope
you.
somebody.
I'm coming to
Give it
get
to
you.
me. Give me your boobs.
We're like the monsters in Monsters Inc. We're so scary.
Get you.
No, it was you.
No, everybody's cool.
Oh, okay. Just kidding.
Just kidding. We're cool.
Just kidding.
I grab. Give those.
You're pointing.
Give those to me.
Down.
Oh,
Give
you can,
those.
you can point while you have your hands up. Oh wow.
Can you point and oh my god. Oh no,
No.
you'll put your hands away.
Put your hands away.
What do other things do?
Oh, hello.
Whoa.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes. I
No,
hear
you
you.
need to.
You
No.
have to be in the game though.
Over there.
Are
Look
you?
over
Are,
there.
if you have to be in the
Oh,
game
God.
chat. Chaos.
Oh no.
So, can you hear me?
Yes. You're a little quiet though. If you can increase your mic.
Everything is scary and terrible. Scaryable.
Okay. All right. Yaga. Oh, it says you're not on yet. Anyone died yet? We've all died. Want to see Bubbles? I'll show you. Ready? Come on, guys. Let's die. Let's die. Ready? Let's die. Let's die. Let's die. You literally die if you run out of stamina. See? You die.
I'm gonna die. Hold on. Ready.
Okay. Chaos.
I died.
Ooh, what does that do?
Oh,
Oh.
movies.
Look at Chaos figuring things out.
Is this a Nolan movie?
Oh no, we're gonna be trapped in space forever.
Oh.
All right, Chaos, can you hear? Can you speak?
I can hear you.
Okay. Can you go into your
Super
settings?
quiet.
Yeah, and turn your microphone volume up a little bit. If you hit escape and you go to audio and then
You
microphone.
died from
Backseating.
Audio.
My settings
I
right now?
am.
died from Yeah, you die from running around and from jumping. Basically, if your stamina goes down, then you start getting dead.
You don't start,
Okay,
you just
so
die.
You need me to turn my mic volume up?
Yeah, just a little bit.
How's that?
Better.
It's perfect.
Parf, it's good. It's good.
It's good.
See?
It's
It's
good.
You
good.
get thumbs up.
Okay. I feel like when I put my hand out like this, I'm fondling.
If you do this.
I was like, it looks like I'm going grabbing.
Hello.
So you can also press
I have no
Q and then hit customize.
Literally, no idea if this is
I hear you.
or not.
I hear you.
I hear you.
We hear you.
Yay!
Finally. I was literally having a stroke because, like, all of you yelling at once while I'm trying to fix this made me want to
no.
commit serial murder.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Because you're like, she can't hear. I'm like, I can fucking hear.
Well, you know the best
I don't
thing
think
to
she
do if
can hear
someone
us.
can't
Let's
hear
yell
you is
louder.
just yell more.
I was
So stressed. And I was like, I just don't understand why nothing's working.
Are we watching movies?
Yeah, I think it tells you what to do, but I don't know. Computers. Let's see. Computers.
Everybody point at the movie so we know that you're watching it.
Okay. Who's pushing me?
I don't know.
Chaos.
That's not the movie. This is very well produced.
Yeah, thumbs up.
High
Sign language
cinematographies.
Oh, thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
No. No.
Thumbs up.
I'm signing to you.
This is gonna get the Oscar for best original screenplay.
No, I'm signing to you.
Wait, who's green? Who are you? Who are you?
If you look on the top right corner of your screen, it says.
I want
all
her
the
to
people and
say the
colors.
words.
Oh,
Who are
okay,
you?
I'm so sorry.
Who are you? Are you a dumb bitch? Are you a dumb bitch?
Fucking you!
All right, is everyone ready? Is Chaos is still picking his clothes. Okay.
What do you mean picking his clothes? We don't know he's gonna wear red and black. That's
I
chaos.
know.
Oh, but the eyes.
The eyes. Yeah, I
gotta
didn't change the eyes.
The eyes.
Match
You're
my
just like
soul.
panic eyes.
Did you pick the eyes that match your soul?
That was me this entire time.
Just
I was like,
very
I don't
tired
understand.
and slightly cross-eyed.
Very tired. Been very cross.
And then I was
They're having
like,
a
I was like,
I'm gonna
nod
pick
your
your
head yes
nose.
if you can hear me, and then you just stood
but
there.
I already picked my nose. It's all picked.
You can pick your
I'm
friend
very
and you can pick
broken
your
now.
nose, but
Why
I
are you
can pick my
gonna-
friend's
And hitting all the
nose.
buttons.
Well, you're that's something.
Over here.
That's what's happening. We're having friend pick no time.
Happening.
Okay, are we ready? I don't know how to
Why am I
fucking
hurting?
start. Press Q to
don't
open
know
your
how to
tablet.
either.
Session starting.
Did I jump too much and it was too difficult for my little body?
Oh, set ready. I'm ready.
How do you
Oh, how do we do ready?
In
Oh,
in
Q.
the thing.
Q. Press Q.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
I am giant guys.
Q to get through.
You're a big man?
Oh, we can't hear now. Shh. All right, I'm an employee. Okay. Complete all the tasks before the end of the timer. Hi, guys.
It's so bad.
Okay, so do we have a map? Do we have a Q? Okay, so we press Q to open your map. Okay.
Seconds. Oh God.
What do we do?
It's like Among Us. You do tasks. But if
I
you
didn't
hit
watch any
Q,
tutorials.
hit Q.
Ah!
Q is your map.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Push button. I push button. Okay. Hello? Button. Okay. Computer office. Yes. What the fuck? Computer? What do these do? What do these do? Computer. Computer office 2. Yes. No. Yeah. Why are you flashing? Yes. No. How do you do? What do you do in the computer room? Pass my hello to the people. I will next time we're in a lobby. Okay, I don't know what to do in the computer lab. Okay. Okay, so what the did somebody die already? Somebody just get shot already? Dude, what do you do in these things? Place filter. Place filter. What the fuck? Okay, okay, I really genuinely don't know what to do. Oh, here's some stuff. What's this do? Nothing?
Doing things.
Why do you have a knife?
It's not a knife, it's a screwdriver.
Where did you get any tools? Oh, here's a tool. What's this do?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is this what I need? Hold on.
No.
What's the— ah! Why are you killing me? No! It's Yaga!
What are you talking about? You're lying. What are you lying about?
It's Yaga!
You have a knife. Oh my god, you're such a liar. Look at you. Look at you. You've got a screwdriver.
No, I don't! No, I don't!
Yes, you do.
No, I don't! Get out of here!
Hi, Ghost. Can you hear me? Ghost?
Yes, I hear you. Did Yaga
I
kill
was
you?
just. Yes.
Yeah.
I was just floating around and watching you run away.
I literally— did you hear me screaming? I was like, it's Yaga!
Yeah.
I don't know how to do any tasks though.
We should probably watch those movies.
Okay, we'll watch the movies next time, I guess. All right, now we have to—
I
did
think the
you get
movies tell us
shot?
What to do?
Did you get shot?
Yes.
I heard it. I
she
heard it, and I
shot
was like,
me.
"What the fuck?
I
Who
heard
got
that.
shot already?" Oh no.
Oh
Oh,
God.
your gun is
Wait.
cooler. I found a dead body though, and I didn't shoot the dead. I did not.
Who-
Oh.
She shot the dead body. I don't trust her.
You.
That escalated so fast.
Oh my god!
Where did you
Wow.
come from?
This
Are
guy's
they
not
working
the
together?
The shorty.
Laz, it
No,
was
I
it,
think
it,
there's only
it's
one,
just
but
friend
he
it's
doesn't
just
know the
friends
rest of
tonight
us
because
are
we haven't
dead.
played before.
These mushrooms do.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I literally was just like, I found a dead body and dead.
Chaos just straight up like—
Can you interact with things?
I don't think so.
No.
Chaos straight up just shot you in cold murder, dude.
In cold dead.
All right,
murder.
Yaga's gonna pick up the gun and go kill Chaos because it's Yaga.
She definitely killed him because this gun is empty.
Oh.
She definitely fired the gun.
Yaga, just kill him. I'm haunting you.
Yeah, does she not— maybe she doesn't know— maybe she doesn't know that Gigi's dead.
Getting
Well, no, because she killed Gigi.
You're getting
Dead,
haunted.
getting haunted.
Is she gonna kill him
Yeah.
or—
Mushrooms.
I don't think. Does she know that she needs to kill him?
I'm hoping
If she said she found a body,
there should be one
just
more.
me and you left.
Yeah, there should be one more.
there should be one
Yeah.
more, she
There's only
says.
you two left.
Pixels,
Kill her. Kill her.
Either Pixel's a murderer or you're a murderer. You're just trying to fight.
See?
time.
See? See? Chaos has got it. He said either Pixel's a murderer
Kill
or—
each other. Kill
Is
each
that
other. And if I do it,
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I
was
died
good.
so fast.
that was all chaos.
Gigi watched that.
Listen,
Like,
Broken
as
was like, hey, I
ghosts.
found a dead body. Don't mind this gun in my hand. I totally didn't shoot them. And I was like, yeah, they totally shot him. And then
Where
I
did
just,
you
No, I
find his
didn't.
gun?
I didn't kill anybody. I just found the gun and thought it was fun.
Where is gun?
So weird.
I did
Where is
find the gun
everybody?
right
I'm
beside
like,
the
I
body,
don't
though.
know.
Yeah, and then Chaos goes, Pixel's either a murderer or you killed her. And I was like, she killed me! She Oh god.
I was looking for more ammo. I was like, there's gotta be another weapon.
That
around
shit
here
was so
somewhere.
fucking funny.
All right, we have to watch the things because
Yeah,
I was
because I have
in the
no idea
computer
what
room
we're
and I was like,
doing.
what the fuck?
Computers.
Okay, computers.
Computers.
Computers compute. Got it.
Okay, so you go in the computer room and do what? See, it didn't
Click,
say
click,
that.
click,
Like it didn't say send
So-
file to machine.
So I think only some of the computers have things that you need to do.
Hmm.
Oh, so you
So I
have to
think-
send them from the office to medical?
Or to wherever it says to go.
I just had to commit murder and stop you guys from doing anything.
I know, but I couldn't even figure out how to do it.
Yeah, I know it worked really well for me.
The worst part is I was literally running around screaming, "It's Yaga!" and nobody was near me.
You know?
And I was yelling, "No, you have a screwdriver in your hand."
And then I dropped it. I was like, "No, no, she's her." All right, so let's see. So that's computers. All right, so
The
ailmentations.
gaslighting that just occurred.
So we have to like
Oh
go
yeah,
back
that's
and
the
forth
one that
between the
I
computers.
had, and I didn't know what the fuck I was supposed
Oh,
to do.
they're in multiple places. Okay, see, I see now.
Oh, and you have to find the one that's bad.
That's red. Yeah, and plug-in thingies. Oh, I found the battery thingies.
I had a battery. I was gonna beat someone to death with it.
Yeah, I threw it at Yaga. It doesn't work.
Shit.
Oh, it needs to be colored.
Shit.
I see. Color.
If not correct color, then yeet.
Also, you're dumb.
This person's stupid.
This person is so stupid.
They're so stupid.
Okay,
This person doesn't know anything.
what's next? All right,
What a
vents.
dumb bitch.
Vents.
Wow, there's vents everywhere.
Yeah. 3. Oh, it says there's 3 vents. Bad vents.
So 3
Those
of
are
them are
bad
just-
vents.
Use revents or something, or do something with
Oh,
them.
you need a screwdriver.
Bad dude.
Oh, the screwdriver's not
I
for
have a
stabbing people to
screwdriver.
death? Huh.
I mean, they can be.
It definitely can be, because that's how I
yeah.
killed Pink.
Yeah, that's how I was murdered.
And Chaos.
Oh, and then you go and clean the filter.
Oh, okay, I
It's
saw
called
that
insinuate.
before. Okay.
And then you get bored.
Yeah.
When you eat things. Yeah.
And then you put them back.
Getting bored is very important.
Okay. I understand. Does everyone understand vents? Can we move on?
Yeah.
Okay, delivery.
Make it, baby.
Look at this. This is high cinematography.
I know. Look at the effects on this, man.
Someone
Oh,
spent a lot of
fuck.
money in post production.
Oh, I see. So you deliver and oh.
But it doesn't like that one.
No, leaf.
Because it's at the wrong
leaf
place. Leafy.
Oh, leaf
the
on
leaf.
the thing.
Wow. Thumbs up.
Man,
Okay.
I'm very fortunate.
We
that
understand
nobody
delivery
takes
now.
time to
All right,
ask.
analysis.
Anal sis.
Anal cis.
And someone
Analysis.
assist me with-
Anal
never
why
mind.
cis?
No, never mind.
Why?
Anal why cis? Oh, plants. Oh, plants. I saw
Can you
that
find
thing
the
too.
right plant?
Oh. I see. That's
Those are
where
bad plants.
that's where Broseph
Those
got
are good
murdered.
plants.
That's where I was found.
I don't even know where I was murdered.
I
I
was
didn't-
not anticipating that, by the way. I was just sitting there like, oh, how's this gonna go? And then chaos just, boom.
I literally I heard the gunshot go off that killed Gigi and I was like, damn, like already? Like we just started. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, I got murdered.
Okay.
I found the gun and I was like, how does this work? And went, oh,
Okay, we understand plants. All right, next scanner. Okay, so they're in multiple places. That's what I wasn't getting.
This one has a
you have
friend.
to scan somebody?
Yeah,
Oh.
they have to stand in the right spot.
Oh, in the box.
And then you, then you point?
Oh, that seems like a pain in the ass.
Oh, then you, no, you look. Oh, but it makes a tippy tappy sound.
That
Okay,
sounds like a nightmare to do.
that does. Okay,
Oh,
and
we're
then this is the
horrendous.
last one. Here's the last one. Pressure.
Under
Gonna preemptively do that?
Pushing down on me. I'm pushing down on you. Dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da. Saying, let me out.
I don't know if I was paying attention during this. Oh, we
I don't
got
pay
organized by
attention to
color,
anything. Well, there's 1, and there's 2, and then there's 3.
and you got a point with them.
But oh, that
Yellow
was bad.
bag.
Oh, and then you get dead. Okay, so it's not that one.
Maybe don't stand next to them in case they fly out and kill you. Is that what we just said?
Oh, now they're bad. Now they're bad.
This is gonna get so many of us killed.
This is how we die. No.
Okay, now it's good.
I don't think I understand this at all.
I think it's like Mastermind.
But like, how do you know when the pressure's right?
Because it doesn't go red and angry.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's like swapping and...
Oh, it goes tink tink. All right, is everyone ready?
Blink, blink.
I already set ready. I'm ready to die.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. All right, let's see what happens this time. Employee, work with their teammates to complete a task. Okay, I'm not the murderer.
Who's the murderer? Who is it?
So how do we know what tasks to... Oh, scanner. The scanner task and Pisushi.
Pizushi.
Pisushi.
What do we do to the
Kazushi and Scanner.
Okay, so Pisushi is close by, isn't it?
Scanner and Kazushi?
Yeah. Scanner and Pizoosh.
I'll come with you.
Okay. It says Pizooshi is
every time
this
I walk-
way.
in the glass?
Kazushi is where the pizza is.
Pizooshi restaurant. Oh my gosh, you get the little pishies. Okay.
Look at them. What do we do
Table
here?
ready. Table ready. Seaweed. Place seaweed.
Table 1.
Press to place seaweed.
Kazushi wasn't one of the things. What?
Who's committing murder?
How do you
No
do
one,
this?
Get out of here.
Who's committing murder?
Insert rice. Insert rice.
Oh.
Need
Insert
rice.
your Pizushi.
Oh,
Please
where's rice?
place-
Oh, please place rice.
Where's the rice?
Fridge? Okay, I'm dropping this. Get out of
What
here.
does the button do?
Why is the rice in the fridge?
I don't know. Please
Please.
place rice. Where do you get rice? Wherefore get rice?
I'm gonna do...
Kazushi. Oh, I think we have to get it in.
Oh.
We have to get it from the plants.
Oh, yeah, because the salmon you get from the restaurant. Brown rice tuna. Okay.
So we need to get.
That's not a door. How do I get out of here?
Rice. Insert rice.
Do you also have Kazushi?
Wait, salmon! Did we need salmon?
Oh, we need to go to the plant room. No, but we don't need salmon yet. We need rice first. But it says we have to go to the plant room. So let's go to plant room.
But I have a fish.
But hold the fish. We will need the fish. Plant room's this way. Plant room.
How do we get rice?
We're in the plant
Are you
room. I
right?
said plant room. Plant room.
Just
Rice.
How do we get?
Rice.
What is rice?
Rice. I don't know.
Rice.
Rice? Rice? Oh wait, we need jars. Remember?
Oh yeah.
I threw my jar. I need to get a new jar. Yeah, I threw my jar. Oh, here's a button. Can I push the button? I don't know what that did. You find? There's rice in the restaurant.
There's rice in the restaurant.
Okay.
And no, there's a pantry right here.
Whoa! How do we get this? Take rice.
Got it.
Okay. Let's go back to Pizooshi.
Rice container.
Wait, is Yaga still holding the Good job. You're doing so good. Okay. Put the rice in the rice cooker.
In
Broseph was
Please
by
place-
himself with a
Nope.
screwdriver in the scanner
Nope.
room, and I got scared.
ha 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 ha.
Just
We need
the
rice.
whole bag goes in. Oh my god.
Nom nom rice.
Oh,
What-
place
the
container.
container.
Wait,
Is
where's the
there-
thing
is
I
there more?
threw? I threw it in here. Where did it go? I threw it in
Is there more than
here.
one color rice?
Oh
Dude, we have
shit.
4 minutes. We are so fucked.
We do. There is more than one color rice because it says brown rice tuna.
Was that not brown? Was that not brown rice?
I don't know. Also, like, whoever's supposed to be murdering is not doing the murdering. I'm just saying. I don't want them to do it. I'm just saying they're not doing it.
We had so many containers.
What is Broseph?
I don't know. They have a screwdriver, and I'm scared.
No, Broseph's. I think Broseph's trying to do the scanner by themselves.
Seems like a trap.
Oh
I'm
wait,
scared.
I have scanner.
Yeah,
What?
Broseph's doing the scanner
Do
by
you have
themselves.
scanner?
Down,
Scan?
down. No, down. Keep going down. Keep going down. Keep going down. Down. You're so close. You're so close. Stop. Okay. Go up. Up. Up.
We have 3 minutes. We gotta do fish.
Up. Up.
I'm gonna. Okay.
Oh, slightly to the right. Slightly.
I'm gonna get a container.
Close. You're so close. You're so close. A little bit more to the right. A little bit more to the right. Stop. Okay. How many do we need to do? Okay.
I don't know. I thought
Alright.
all of them.
All right. So, go to the right. Right. Stop. Oh, turn left again. Slowly. Keep going. Okay, stop. Now go up. Okay, keep going. And stop. Okay. Now, go down. Oh!
What?
Chaos. It was chaos. Chaos
Oh
came
my
in.
God.
Chaos
Chaos is
literally
a
walked
bitch.
in.
Oh, that's so funny. We got 4 of them.
Where is he? I
You
have
guys
no
come back and come do it.
Where did he go? Where did he go?
They know it's him.
Where did he go?
They know it's him.
Don't do it.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Uh,
I can't do all the things that need to be
I
done.
believe it's C4.
No.
oh god.
Blow something.
I heard a sound and it was scary.
You just walked in
Wait,
and
how many people are
screamed
left?
and ran away. Yaga's left, so she has to, but she has to finish everything.
How is she gonna do her task by herself?
She can't. She just has to wait the timer out, I guess. That's so funny. Yeah, I saw you
Okay.
walk in, Chaos, and then boom. We were like, all right, what?
Well,
I was
so
so
walked-
I was concentrating
found
so hard, and
C4.
suddenly I was dead, and I was like, did I concentrate so hard I died?
I found the C4, and then I found the detonator, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then
She just literally is going fish. Oh no. Is she gonna figure this out?
Plant. What kind of plant?
How? Where do you find out what the recipe is?
Right here on the table, right here.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah. So it was brown rice, tuna, and Black Ops 4 apparently. Oh gosh, that's so funny.
I had no idea what was going on. Pizza Ushi was not one of the
Yeah.
one of the things on the thing.
Pazushi was
struggle.
yeah.
Pazushi.
Pazushi was yeah. How come Pazushi wasn't on here?
Did we
I don't
all have
know.
Scanner and Pazushi?
We should have.
Yeah, I did.
oh wait, did we have actual? Well, I guess I wouldn't have known.
No, you
because
wouldn't,
I
you
was
wouldn't.
killing
Yeah.
everyone, But
Yeah.
Oh, we
The
have
second
tasks?
I laptop.
Yeah.
And both are dead.
So
If you, when you go to your tablet, it'll give you the map, and in the top left corner, it'll give you a list
your
of tasks.
tasks.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
got so screwed. I knew I had like saved myself from chaos, but then I was like, I can't do all these tasks by myself.
I know. I tried to stab him, but I got shot.
Yeah, I stabbed
Yeah,
him.
and then
I forgot that
I didn't
had a
realize I
knife.
had more bullets, so that's why I was like, oh. I shot again. I was like, oh, it worked. I tried to melee, and I was like, oh, I just have more bullets. And then I was out of bullets, and then I was like, oh.
I totally forgot that I had a knife. So yeah, I think this is like a
Okay,
more
so
heavy
vents
of
and
a-
ailmentations are what we need
Yeah,
to do.
yeah, Vents ailment.
Do we all have the same task?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
So that's why we're supposed to be working together.
Are we talking about alimentation?
Yeah, that's what we're talking, Al. For sure. Alright, so I need to go to storage and get a screwdriver because we need vents. Here's storage. Okay. I need a screwdriver to do the van.
I have a screwdriver.
A screwdriver.
Battery and blue. Battery.
Here's a
and
screwdriver. Okay.
Blue.
Alright, so
battery.
vents. Is there a vent in here? There it says there's vents in here. Okay.
Battery.
Oh, here's a vent. Oh, wait, that one's blue. That one's blue. So we need to find the
Blue
red.
and yellow.
No, the for
need-
vents, we need to find the red vent.
I'll take this. I found this blue yellow, so maybe this one will work.
Can we go upstairs?
I don't think there's a. So if you look at your map, it tells you where they all are. You just have to check all of them, basically. All right, so that one's blue. Okay. Oh, here's a red one. I found one. Yay! I can do a task. Look at me. Now I drop that, right? And then I take this. Oh, I take this to cleaning. Oh, fuck. Where's cleaning? Where do you take the filter to clean? Oh, I forgot the fish. Wolfie, shit. I'm sorry. I forgot the fish. That's me. Hold on. Wait, where is cleaning? Where is cleaning? Don't, come on. My God. I literally was like, come on.
Where the heck is? Where'd he go?
He's still in here. Here, I'm opening it right now. My God. He literally just walked in and was like, boop. I was trying to do my task. I got so far. All right, I still have to figure out where the cleaning is, though. Like, where do you take the things to be cleaned?
Hi.
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 Hi. I heard.
Oh.
There's a red vent thing.
I heard.
Yeah, I
Joseph
was doing
died.
mine. I was doing my vent, and I got killed by chaos.
I heard Broseph die, and then I came to investigate, and it was a bad idea, and I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, is that how you died?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see.
And then Chaos chased me around.
I see.
And I just was screaming.
All right, so okay, so I found the vents, but okay, and then I need to find where to clean the vent.
So the vent cleaning is right here.
Ah,
So you
yay.
place the filter in here and then press the button.
Yeah, I had a filter. That's what I was looking for.
Ah, here's one of the other ones.
Yeah.
So this was red to red.
Oh, here's
this is where you
chaos.
charge batteries too. Oh, is he gonna murder?
Yeah, he's got a gun. He's
We
looking
should
for
hunt
her.
him.
I know.
Get hunted, bitch.
Ooh.
Ooh, oh, there's things here too.
I
thought they were all
know.
in storage.
No, they're in here too. Yeah.
Dang it. I'm stupid. Are you gonna? Where do you find guns?
They're all over. There's usually like one in storage. There's one in medical usually.
Really?
Yeah,
I
like
have
there's
not
one
read-
right. There's one here. There's one. I just saw one. There's one right here, or there was. He must have taken it. There's a gun here. See,
Oh,
this
no,
is a
there's
pistol.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just dumb.
No, you're not dumb.
Maybe
You just
we
haven't
should all
found.
be strapped. Oh, someone just died. Wait, no, then it would be over.
Well, not if Yaga killed Chaos.
Oh.
Then she has to do the rest of the stuff. All right, there she is. Let's see. I just saw her. Where did she go? I literally just saw her. Oh, here she is.
Over here.
Did she just kill Chaos?
No, I don't know where Chaos is.
Oh, I thought I heard a gunshot. Maybe
Yeah,
he
so
was
did
just
I.
practicing.
Yeah, I heard a big boom, but I was here. I was with Yaga the whole time, and I did not see anything.
Broseph, it was really funny how I died. I'm just saying. Could you hear me screaming?
I was following Chaos while he was chasing you.
Could you?
You were screaming so much.
I was scared. I didn't want to die.
Oh gosh.
Every time you saw him, you're
I wish more moms used weapons. I wish more moms
I
used
was so
weapons. Same.
scared.
Same. I feel like
Yeah,
this
you throw
game is
that.
very loud, but you guys let
Just
me know
get
if it's
it
loud.
cleared.
Oh! No! Get him! Get him!
They're just punching each other.
What?
She ran out of stamina. Did you?
Stupid.
Me just screaming, "Get away from me!"
Oh my god. I don't like that the orbs have anime
This is so
eyes.
stupid.
pretty-
I love it.
I'm pretty good at this murdering thing.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Does he have to
Figure
figure to be
out
the
how
murderer?
to actually do things because I forgot how to do half the stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let me get
Okay.
it with
We'll
a
get
strong
there.
hand.
Can we have whoever's the murderer? Can you give us like 6 minutes to cry?
Isn't the
Because we're
round
never
only
gonna
5?
learn.
Yes.
No, it's 8.
It's 8.
Isn't it like 8 minutes?
It's 8. It's 8. It's 8.
Well, Chaos is the murderer every time.
I know.
So yeah,
Well,
Chaos,
well,
can you just
Yaga
give us
was the
6
first
minutes
one.
to try to get things figured
I'm
out?
not
Wait,
sure.
we're all ready. What's going on?
Chaos
How are
isn't
you?
ready.
Okay,
I'm
I thought it
ready.
was. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
All right, scanner.
Oh, this should be. We should get this pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, it's just they took pity on us.
Scanning. So that's looking at the
We're
little
all
point.
going the wrong way. I think no, we're not. Okay, the blue medical area.
Blue magic. That's just looking at stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody's got to stand.
Okay.
Who wants to be the stander?
I can stand. Oh, I think I can
'Kay.
stand. Okay. Am I in it?
So
Can't tell.
yeah.
Kind of hard.
Oh,
to
right
swear.
there. Look straight up. No. Wait, how does this work?
She's not in
Do
the
you
thing.
point?
She's not in the thing. She's not here.
Am I not?
You're not. Back
Oh, you
up
have to
a
be right in
smidget.
the middle.
Back,
Got
no,
it,
no,
got it,
back
got it,
up.
got it.
Back up. Back up a
You
little
have to be
bit.
standing in the middle. Perfect, perfect. Do not move, but also turn around and look up. Oh,
fast,
not
too
that
fast.
much up. Down, like just below, like down just a smidge. Below middle. A little bit more. A little bit more.
Oh,
Oh,
she's
just-
she's
wait, wait, wait,
she's
wait.
too far. Right there.
Right there, stop. Okay, now down just a smidgen. And then rotate to the right.
Oh goddamn!
Oh, murder's happening.
You're the killer archer. You're the killer archer.
Okay, up.
I'm onto you.
I don't know who I'm supposed to murder. You?
Not me. I'm holding a tape for music, and he was stabbing me.
Okay,
I'm the difference.
okay.
Oh no!
Just in case. Just in case. Okay, we're safe now.
What the heck? What the heck?
So I was
A
an
little bit more.
employee.
You
little bit
were
more.
an employee.
Down just down just a
Broseph,
little.
were you the
Now-
murderer?
Wait,
no,
who's
not that much.
the murderer?
It's gotta
Now
be
rotate to the
Gigi.
right just a little.
It's gotta be Gigi.
I actually helped with that one because I
my
felt
God.
so bad. I didn't kill
So I-
anyone. You guys started killing
I
each other.
actually, I wasn't the murderer,
It was
but
fucking
but-
me.
Who was
but
it?
Broseph came in out of nowhere, and I was like, I don't trust Broseph.
I felt bad. I
I was vibing. I'm like, I found music.
actively helped you guys win because I felt so bad because I watched in the window as Pink's doing murder and then everyone starts killing each other and I was like, God damn,
Yeah, well, somebody was doing the task in that room, and I'm like, I'm an employee, so whoever's not in here has to be the murderer. And then Broseph comes in like, hey guys, and I'm like, die, 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 die.
Wait for everything.
I could have killed Gigi, but I was like, God damn, that happened so fast within the first 2 minutes. Everyone was dead, and I was like, I stood there and was helping do the task. And I was like, shit, I feel bad.
Gigi chased me down. Gigi chased me down the hallway.
Well, to be fair, I did scream, it's Pink! Because I saw you with the screwdriver and someone die. So I was just like,
You did do that.
Pink!
So I trusted because you were the one who stood in the middle. I was like, she couldn't possibly be the murderer since she volunteered to stand in the middle where we would all have access and she wouldn't be able to stab us.
I could have clinched that, and then literally I was just like, I feel too bad. I feel too fucking bad about that. I can't.
And we had one dot left, so I was like, I don't have time to deal with this. I'll just kill both of them,
Oh,
and then we'll finish the task and be
God.
done. This is how I deal with my problems.
Kill everyone except for this one person. Get the pity win.
God.
Yep. Andy, blast Pink to the next century. You interrupted my task.
There was no trial, nothing. It was, fuck you, you're dead. I heard you killed someone. I don't care why you did it. You're dead.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was the only task for some reason. I don't know. I think it's. We can try normal now. Let's try normal. There we go. We put on beginner.
That was really funny.
Oh boy.
Oh God. I just heard murdering happening, and I was like, oh, I should probably stop that from happening. Ugh.
Vents and computers.
Well, Gigi did ask if the killer could allow you guys to have a few minutes to win, and I just said here, take it. It's fine.
Okay, so vents, which means I need a screwdriver.
Vents and computer.
Oh, I found a vent. I found a bad vent right here. Okay, and now I need a screwdriver.
Bad vent is bad.
Bad vent is bad. I thought I need a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Chaos, you're awfully quiet.
I'm just trying not to have a murderer follow me. Because I already
Okay.
found a vent, but I
Yeah, I found a vent too. There's a vent in the other room. I just need a screwdriver, which I haven't been able to find for some reason. Isn't there one in? Where's the medical? Oh, over here, right? Oh, here's another vent. Okay, hold on. Do not enter. Oh my God, no screwdrivers now. I need a screwdriver, please. I'm still looking for a screwdriver. Alright, let's go to storage, I guess. See if I can find them. I need, oh, here we go. Here's storage. There's a,
Is this where screwdrivers are?
there's usually, unless they're all taken,
Why would somebody take a screwdriver?
to do tasks. Maybe we should do the other tasks. What's computers? Oh, computers. Okay, I can do computers. Maybe. Alright, you're not a computer. Well, you are a computer, but you're not what I need. Screwdriver on the in the blue rooms. Oh, here's a computer. Here we go. Y to verify. Please wait. I'll verify. Sent on to office 4. Okay. Oh, I found a screwdriver. vent to office 4. Wait, wasn't there... Oh, it's not in this room, is it? That's filter. Okay, so there, I found a screwdriver. Now, where's the bad filter? There was it here? I found one. No, that's blue. That one's blue. Stop all the downloading. I think there's one in here. Or I thought there was one in here. Oh my gosh, I can't find anything in this place yet. Here, yeah, there is. Okay, cool. Okay, so boop, boop, drop you, take you to clean, which is this way, right? And then this way, right? Yes. Filter cleaning. Wait, oh, place filter? How place filter? How place? Oh, how'd you do that?
Right click and then,
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. What's up?
clean like a baby's bottom.
Mm-hmm. Clean. Okay, so now I have to go through this, and then into medical. Okay. Oh my gosh. Where's medical? Medical. Oh, here. Vent.
Here,
Okay.
right here.
Vent. Oh, no, wait.
Oh.
Like that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's screwdriver.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay, next one. Is there another one somewhere?
How many does
I
it
saw
take?
2. It says that there's 2 vents left. I saw another one. Yeah. You drop your screwdriver when you push the thing.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a vent in here? Nope. Okay.
Venti?
Venti cappuccino.
Venti. Not the Tranty, but the Venti.
Oh, that one's good. That's blue. Okay.
Where do we go? Hello?
Hello. We're looking for
Hello.
vents. We mean no harm.
I was just kind of running around looking for computers.
I found one. I found one. The one computer said that it went to Office 4.
I want to put
Are
something
you
in it.
going to
I wanna-
smash me
I
with
tried to
it?
put plants in it, but it didn't. It was like, nah.
But
So
I think you can only
I
do that if we have plant tasks.
I interacted with one computer and it said that it sent the information to Office 4.
Office 4?
4?
Office 4. I don't know where that is.
I think I know.
Hello?
I think I know where the offices are. Oh wait, are these some of the offices here?
One.
Yeah. Okay, so they're these ones. I see now. Is there another?
Yeah.
There's another. We have to have more. Oh, here's a. Wait, here's a dirty vent thing.
There's a dirty vent? Why is there a dirty vent in here?
There's a dirt. Look at there's a dirty vent thingy here. Like somebody dropped
Oh,
their vent,
okay.
but I don't know where it goes. Like which vent does it go in? Oh wait, this one's waiting for one. Here you go.
Oh, is that the one?
Oh no, it says successfully waiting from machine.
Oh,
okay.
we have to go to machine.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, someone do the machine.
Doing the machine.
Oh, there's me.
If someone can go verify the machine one, and then I can wait after.
I think it's over. Wait, where's the computer room go? Oh, machines. It's in the okay. So I have to find where this one goes. Like this vent came out of something. Okay, that's blue. That one's blue. Do you think Yaga's too quiet? Okay, well here's this one. There we go. Cleaning.
Oh, there's the dirty
screwdriver
one.
on the ground. I put
Oh,
the
like screwdriver? Oh, thank you. Camera.
I still have to find which vent this needs to go in, though. I just found it on the ground. Oh, I don't like this room. It's too loud. It hurts my brain. Hello, I'm looking for a vent to put this in.
I found the machine.
Are we all alive?
So far, it looks like.
Yeah.
I did all the PCs.
You don't have to murder. You just need to make sure the tasks don't get done.
Yeah. Who was the murderer that time?
Was it you?
It was me.
It was you.
Dirty little dirt.
It was
What
me.
did you? Did
Were you
hide one of
taking
the
stuff out
filters?
and just like dropping them?
What? Me? I would never.
You dirt. I kept finding like weird stuff. on
I
the phone,
know,
like, what
because
the fuck is happening?
I found a fucking filter on the ground, and I was like, what?
Filter on the ground?
Yeah.
Who would do
Why would
that?
there be a filter on the ground?
Who would
Yeah.
do that?
Obi, thank you
Who
for
would go to the
absolutely
machine
nothing.
and fail the computer tasks.
Oh my
I saw
god.
that. I saw that, but I think Broseph went and restarted it
Oh
because I
my
was like,
gosh.
haha, and it allowed
Who
it.
would,
'Cause
who
all
would
the-
do such
Who
a
would
thing?
do that?
I was strapped
I was
just in
getting really
case.
annoyed. I was like, I don't understand.
You
this
were
computer test.
strapped.
It's
Oh
like
my
every time
gosh.
I go to a computer, it says it's good.
Oh. Okay. What are tasks? Oh, Pazushi again. I'm doing Pazushi.
Pressure and
I'll do Pazushi with you. Wait, we only need 2 people to do Pazushi, but I think we need a few people to do pressure.
Okay.
Put it down on me.
White rice, cod, and Y8Z. Okay, white rice.
Okay.
So,
I'll
there's
get-
2 tables. There's black rice and white rice. Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
do-
Okay.
Okay.
So how do we know which rices are which though? Because they
I
just
think
have little
they're-
symbols on them, right? Like there's one, I think I saw one on one of the ends here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. Or maybe, do these change each round?
Based off the color of the packaging?
Oh, maybe.
Oh.
But how come there's no rice in storage? Am I crazy?
You're crazy.
Crazy. You're gonna steal it? Okay. Wait, where's the... So there's a pantry in here, is that?
Yeah. It's down the hall. So
Oh,
no, you
okay.
have to put it in the rice cooker.
Why
right
is
here.
there smegma?
See,
Schmeg-
what is that?
Put it in the rice
Schmeg-
cooker. Uh-oh. Somebody just died. Somebody just died.
What?
Somebody just died.
Who just
What
died?
the?
I heard a boom.
Oh no. They were in the pressure room.
Fuck.
Oh, this way, this way, this way, this way.
Wait, we need weapons. I have a screwdriver.
I also have a screwdriver. Okay.
No.
Or don't. But the pressure killed this person. I tried to do the pressure thing, and I didn't hit the button.
I don't trust
fast
him.
enough.
I don't trust him. I don't trust him. That seems very convenient.
I didn't mean to. Here, push the button. Push the button.
No, because it's gonna kill you then too. Gigi, get out of there!
No,
Gigi!
I think we're good. I think we're good.
No, it's not blue.
There was a yellow one. I put the yellow one over here.
It needs to turn blue and click.
Oh shit, that one's gonna blow.
Oh. Gigi!
Oh no.
I wasn't.
Why? Are you dead?
I didn't even think I was close
That
enough.
got both of us?
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome to death by pressure. It
Like I
sucks.
went over here. I thought I got far enough away. I was
I don't know
not
what
trying
to
to
do.
kill you. I wasn't trying to kill you, Baba. Yeah, just
No,
yeah,
I
guys.
know. When it happened,
Hello?
I literally went, "Oh, that was my fault."
The pressure exploded. I killed all of them, and I'm
Oh my
very
God.
close to death right now. You
So,
go ahead.
Is it?
How do I use this?
Is it?
You just
Gigi or is
right
it
click
Rosa?
and then left click.
I don't know. It's not me. I was an
No,
employee.
oh, one of them has a gun. Oh.
Oh man.
I don't know. I don't think I can do this myself.
I don't think.
I honestly, I really thought we got
Wow.
the pressure
Look
off
at you
like,
all.
correct.
Everyone
Just
died.
like-
Yeah, I didn't. I thought you would only kill you if you're like right in front of it, but
Gigi, how did you not know it was broken?
Oh my
Whenever
god, I
you
have to
broke
get.
them.
not
I won.
necessarily. If the bad guy was dead, we
You
still
know,
have to do all the
okay,
tasks.
I was the dissident there, and I didn't have to do anything. I was literally like hiding stuff, and you guys just blew yourselves up.
I felt so bad because I was like, oh, they're all gonna blame Chaos.
Yeah.
Poor Chaos.
Sorry. I was just gonna shoot, bro. I should have just shot you.
Yeah,
thought
you
you- I
I,
don't
the
know,
problem is I
I
still would have.
I was like, oh, it's over.
I was like,
The problem is I still would have had to do all the tasks, but all by myself, and I don't think I could have done it. So we were gonna lose anyway.
True.
I mean,
I
true.
straight up, the second they died, I was like, they're never gonna believe me.
I felt so bad. I was like, oh no.
All right, chat. How many tasks do you think we'll actually accomplish?
Hey, I'm
None.
really good on the computers. I was
It
proud
depends
of
on what the
myself.
task is.
The pressure is.
Pazushi is
death.
ridiculous, though.
I think we could have gotten Kazushi delivery. I feel comfortable with delivery.
Okay.
What's delivery?
You take boxes
I
to the
get-
places.
You take the boxes to the little, like, drop-off boxes.
Okay, I gotta get a screwdriver so I can open the vent. I know that.
Okay, here's a vent here in the yellow room. Okay. All right. So, Keisha. But don't forget that it's not the what's on the box, it's what's on the delivery thing. Remember? Where's yellow?
There's a vent in the security room.
In the what room? What room, Cass? Oh, okay, or not. Yeah, there's one in the computer room right here. Okay. Boop, boop. How come you can't hold both of them? All right, and then you go to... And then you go to the machine room, right? The machine room. Yeah, to clean it. Okay. Machine room. Clean. Cleaning. I'm just cleaning.
Cleaning.
Cleaning. Okay, and then this goes back to the yellow room. Filter cleaned. Okay. Yellow room. I hate this room. It's so loud it hurts my brain. Okay. Yellow room. Yellow room. Yellow room. Okay. This goes back in there. And then pick up and boop. I did one! Alright, Chaos, did you say that you have another one? Or did you find a screwdriver? Did you find it?
Well, I just gotta.
Oh, okay. Here. Cool. So then, how many more are there? 2. So if you finish that one, that means there's one more. Okay. One more vent. One more vent. One more vent. Alright, so the security room. So if it was in the yellow room, it probably won't be close to the other yellow room, right? Has anyone seen a red vent? Red vent, red vent. Red vent, red vent. Where's the last vent to?
that I'm working on.
Oh, okay. So vents are gonna be done because Chaos is doing one. Perfect. Okay, cool. So vents are done. So the last thing is delivery.
Okay, just in case, I'm strapped. Yeah, we've got one more vent and one more delivery.
Yeah, Chaos should be finishing that vent though.
Who hit the box? You fuck.
Where is the I saw. Okay, there was a
Also-
box in here. Did you get the last box in here?
The box, I took, yeah, there's no more boxes. Also, the gun is gone, so one of you fucks has a gun.
I don't. I have a
gun,
screwdriver.
just in case.
Oh, I'm always dead. I'm, like
Where
I said,
music?
I'm strapped. Did you get the gun from the orange room?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Someone must have hit the box, because... Okay, vents are done.
Music. I need music. Where is music?
Back to TCG Sim, no problem.
So now we have to hunt down the box somebody stole.
I know, we have to find a
Who
fucking
did-
box.
So
Who
Okay.
did this motherfucking box?
I'm tired of motherfucking dissonance.
okay, so that one is done. Where can you even hide a box in this game? Hmm. Hmm. Oh, yay.
Haha!
Good
I
job,
picked
team.
up the gun and saw chaos, and I was like, "Is it you?"
Who was it?
I had a knife in my pocket just in case someone tried to murder me, but it wasn't me.
Oh,
Well, it's okay. I had a gun in my pocket just in case
So it
someone
was
tried to murder me.
Roasted.
It was Brosive. I had to be.
I saw you running off with the box, and I knew that you were trying to sabotage, but I didn't have proof.
Yes,
It took a
we
long time to find
won.
it, though.
Oh
I
my
found it.
gosh.
I felt so smart.
I liked our delivery business that we opened together, Gigi. We did.
It was
great.
really great. You know, we crushed it.
We miss you though, Bubbles. And if you feel better, come play.
Amazon is event quaking in their boots.
Vents.
That means-
Oh god.
Okay, vents again. Great.
Vents is better than pressure. We learned that the hard way.
Yeah, but vents is just like you have to go all over the place. Okay, this has no vent. No vent in here. No vent in here. No vent in here. No venties. No venties. This one's blue. That one's fine. Yellow is fine. Yellow's clear. Let me see too. I want to play and not hug the toilet all night. Listen, just bring your whole computer in the bathroom with you. Oh.
You had a gun, you were waiting to murder us, I saw you.
Oh. That was quick. What?
Listen.
I-
I'm not.
I-
I'm
no,
looking the other way. I'm looking the other way. I swear on my chicken. I swear on my chicken. I am here to escort you because I don't know how to do vents and I'm scared of pressure. And I
Okay.
have a gun.
Okay.
Escort
I
you.
know how to do vents. I just need to find a screwdriver.
Okay. I figured I could just escort you. and-
Yes, protect me.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a vent in here that needs to be done.
Okay.
Protect me!
Screwdriver. Here, get this gun.
No, I
Just
because no, because I can't carry the screwdriver. All right, I
Well,
think
because
there's one in.
Everybody else have picked up. They carry two things at once. Are you good?
How do
are
you
you
carry two
good?
things at once?
I don't have anything.
Yeah, how do you
press
carry
E?
two things at once?
E.
Oh! That's good.
Wait,
See?
so I
Now you
can
pick up a gun.
pick this up with E. What? How?
No, pick up normal and then hit E. Yeah.
Oh. Huh?
What's this? Oh, it's a bat. That's not a bat.
Because you guys kept saying you had stuff in your pockets, and I was like, lol, okay.
Hi.
I'm escorting Pink because I don't know how to do vengeance that well, and I'm scared of the pressure.
Is anybody doing pressure?
I don't know.
I'm still trying to find a fucking screwdriver.
Yeah. Bros probably stole them all.
I know, like whoever is the killer is hiding all of them, clearly.
I
What?
just
No, where the
blame
fuck are all the
Bros. That's not it.
screwdrivers? Like, there's usually some in storage.
Yeah, there's usually like one or two, but I'm not seeing them.
And then there's not one here. Oh, what about, does medical have the little side room, right?
We're gonna find a stockpile of screwdrivers.
Oh, here's one.
Oh,
somebody
nice.
somebody started this. Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna.
Good, we like that.
Okay.
Okay.
They
I've got-
were totally waiting to murder us. So now I'm just doing tasks.
Oh, there's
I
a
took this
screwdriver
one
ahead.
vent, and now I'm gonna do this other vent.
Oh.
Okay. This
I
other
don't-
vent over here.
I walked
How
in
did that
and Chaos
happen?
was
How did
standing
it happen?
over a dead body.
Which one of you did it?
I walked in and Chaos was standing over a dead body, but he insists that Brosif was standing here pointing a gun. But I also know that Brosif just figured out how to hold guns. So I don't know if that's relevant or not.
Broseph, use your ghost to tell us. Did you try to kill people?
Broseph was definitely gonna try to murder me and all of us because they were waiting here with the gun right here, literally with the gun right here.
Then why are they dead over here?
I don't know how they were dead here and then they were over there when I did the vent.
That's not how physics works.
I didn't invent the game. I didn't code it. I don't know how. I'm just doing tasks. I'm not going to be delayed by you.
I think we should kill him
And then what?
I think I'm scared.
and then do tasks.
I'm scared. Well, I know it wasn't me, and Pink knows it wasn't me because we've been together. And
Yes.
He is maintaining that I
All right.
didn't do
So
it
you
because he
did the
said that
one
he
vent,
killed
and then what else? Oh, you're doing pressure. Get out of here.
No, 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 no.
I've done 2 vents. I've done 2 vents. What vents have you guys done? What have you guys done?
Well, I was looking
What
for
did
the
you do?
screwdriver, which I just found.
I just had one on the ground. Close this vent for me.
I will. Here.
I had one right
Yes, this is
here,
the one I just
and
found. I
someone
got
moved
it. I got it. I did the vent. See, vent is done. All right, so now we have one more vent left. Where's the last vent? Wait, where's Yaga? You're leaving me alone with Chaos. Oh my god, are they like just standing there? Yaga?
I think they're having one of them their standoff.
I'm very uncomfortable. I can't move.
What were?
Do you have a gun? I just have a knife.
What were Broseph's last words?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Broseph's last words were, "Ah, no!" And then I was like, "No, you're trying to murder
And then
us."
I walked in, and he was like, "I know what this looks like." So I wasn't even there for Brosef's murder.
That's something a murderer would say.
Or it's the truth.
They're just trying to delay us. Let us do pressure.
Under pressure. All right.
Scared of pressure.
Where's the here, Yaga?
How do we
Yaga,
not die
Yaga,
from
where'd you go? Here,
Help
let's
me
go
do
find the
pressure.
last vent.
Somebody help me do
Yeah.
pressure.
We need more of the
Okay.
pressure things.
Okay, well we know if
Yeah,
one
well,
of
we
them
gotta-
dies, who the bad guy is.
I guess so. Unless you betray me and kill me.
I'm not gonna kill you. I swore on my chicken.
Let's see,
The only
security.
way I
Oh,
would
security
kill you
here.
is if the bad guy got in between us.
Okay,
I'm watching through the window.
okay. I have the
Okay,
I have
so
the filter.
Do that.
Yeah. Okay. Like we have to
Then
go
you get the
clean it.
filter.
Yeah. Now
And
we have to
then
go
you
back to
take
clean
it-
it. 2. I have to take it to the machine room.
Let's see who's dead.
Oh no. The plot
I don't get
thickens. The
arguing.
plot
Do we know where
chickens.
they live?
Okay, they're both alive. That's good.
Maybe it was Broseph, and we just got lucky.
Maybe it was. I like how I just go, I don't hear arguing. I'm scared.
All right, let's go back. Okay,
Okay.
we have to go back to security.
Okay.
I heard the sound of the pressure revving up, and I was like, oh.
Ah!
I don't like pressure. It scares me.
I don't like it either, especially because I blew up when I wasn't even doing it last time.
I was the first one to blow up, so
Okay.
I get that.
Vents are done.
Okay. So
Now we just
grab
have to go supervise them.
pressure. Just eyeball them.
Yeah,
They got 30 seconds. Do they have at least one of them done?
I don't know.
All right, let's go.
I don't know if we have time for this.
19 seconds.
All right, I'm going again.
Stop, 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 stop! Okay, so
5
these
seconds.
3. I can't take it out.
Was Broseph, was it you? Yes. Yes, it was Broseph.
I came around the corner and Broseph just standing there like an idiot, the gun ready to go around the corner like, yeah.
You know what though? I
Somebody's gonna
see
come
one.
around the
I
corner.
told
Like,
told
I mean, you guys
I
wasted
told
enough
you
time.
I
What
know.
who it was that I won.
I told all of you it wasn't me!
We didn't shoot you. We didn't shoot you. You're
You
fine.
didn't.
You delayed me.
Yeah, well, you know, we were scared for our lives, literally.
So was I.
Oh gosh.
There was a really awkward standoff of us just being like,
Yeah.
Was it you?
like,
It's a
poor
really
chaos.
long time.
Poor Chaos is just like, please, it's not me.
I know what this looks like.
Every
Pizzushi.
time It happens. No.
Alimentations.
Alimentation.
All right, alimentations. All right, so there's one. It says there's one in security. So let's go look at what that is first.
Oh, yeah, I like those. Oh.
So we have to find the right fuses? Oh, I can look at cameras?
It's not this one.
That's not
Oh.
alimentations.
Oh my god, there's cameras! No, that is. That's the alimentations.
Yeah, it's not that one.
But this is just not this one. Okay, 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 okay.
Right.
I see. Oh, so those are the ones you need the little blocks, the little battery block things. That's right, that's right. Okay.
Windows here.
So is there alimentations in any of these?
I don't know
Like
why
it?
you guys keep calling it ailmentation.
Nope, not that one. Ailment stations.
It's alimentations.
Alimentations. Ally McBealtations.
Oh my god, I want to rewatch Ally McBeal just for the dancing baby.
Oh my gosh.
That was fun. It's not this one. Oh, taking that, sure. Storing it in my butt.
I have a
Okay, so it's not
jar.
here. No, fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like a jar is very useful.
You can jar someone to that.
Can I?
I don't know, maybe. Oh, we already did. Oh, shit.
Okay, so it's
This
don't
thing
think it's
gets very
green.
confusing.
I'm just going by colors, honestly. Oh, here's one.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Oh,
Okay.
It's this one. It's this one.
Oh, so we need yellow and blue.
Yeah.
Looks like somebody started it. Okay. So storage. Here's storage.
Why is there a bag of rice?
No.
Frozen has a gun!
Broseph has a gun.
Frozen has a gun!
Just keep screaming by the gun. I don't know. I don't
Do it.
They've had a gun this whole time! They...
Oh wait, that's yellow and blue? That's not right, is it? Wait. Oh, here. This one. Okay. I got the right fuses. Guys, I got fuses. I got fuses. I got fuses. I have
You
the
got red
fuses.
fuses?
fuse?
I
need a
have
red
the-
fuse.
No, I have the blue and
Just
the blue
red?
and yellow one.
All red.
All red.
Yeah, I have the blue and yellow one. Which room was the blue and yellow in? Oh shit, what room was it in? This one. Okay, so it's this one. Oh shit. Yay! Wait, what? Why is it not right? Do I push the button? How do you charge more? What do you do?
Is it this
Disconnect
one?
fuse. So I did this,
Oh.
but
Oh.
then this battery
I got-
comes
I got-
out.
No, take the middle. I got a double blue. Does that help?
No?
Hold on. No, I don't want to hit you with this move. Hold on. There. No. Oh god.
No, I
How
think
do
it's
put it down.
I think it's this. I think we have to take this and put a new battery in. I think.
Do we charge it?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. The chargers are in the I don't know what's going on. All right, so is this how you charge batteries? It is. Oh, you figured it out. Okay. Is that only just the one?
But well, I have.
No.
Is this? I guess this is good, right? I mean, this looks done.
I think that one. Did you have to push the button or something? No, that one's done. That one's
I don't-
done. Yeah. Okay, I think that one's done. So then the
No,
second.
because I can take stuff out.
But it's blue. And it's not charging anymore. I don't know. I think it's done.
There we go. I mean, that has to be done. All the bars,
guys.
everything's done.
I had to kill Brosif. They were chasing Gigi with a gun and screaming, "She's hiding rice."
I don't trust her.
Oh my god!
Where's the other elimination?
I'm charging the battery for it.
Ah. Okay.
Yaga? Does this, like, does any of them go, like, does this one go faster?
I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It does. It absolutely goes faster.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like, look at that.
I was yeeted. I'm
You
no
already have all
longer
the
in the
fuses?
session.
Oh no! Okay, we'll re-invite you in a second. Okay. Alright, so it was
Hello?
in... Hello? Oh, hold on, she can't hear me. I'll re-invite you in a second. Okay, can I? Hold on. Oh, I can't.
And how do we do the sushi thing?
Pazushi is hard. But hold on, I have to remember where... It was in, medical. Right? Am I... What?
I don't think it was the medical. I think you're trying to fool me.
No, I'm not trying to fool you. I just genuinely don't remember
don't
which
like to be
room I was
fooled.
in. This one? This one? This one, this one, this one, this one. This one. Okay, charging. I think once this turns blue, it's done. Yeah, Alimentations is done. So that's done. Okay, so now we just have to figure out Pazushi in a minute. There's no way. Okay, so the Pazushi, it's on the table. So this one, okay, so we need white rice, salmon, and then this Y8Z plant. So what rice is that in your hands? I think that's brown rice.
It's cool rice?
I think it's
Fuck, it's
brown
cool
rice.
rice.
Oh, here, we need brown rice for this one. Brown rice, cod, and Y8Z. So, all right, so put the rice in the rice cooker over here. Right here.
Put that shit?
Yeah. Oh, wait, black rice, place container, insert rice. Oh, so they were already starting this. Okay. Okay, so here's a container. Okay. How do I do this? There we go. Ready to fill. Push the button. Okay. Okay, this goes here. Push button. No, here. Push button. Okay, and then we need cod. How do you get different fish? This one is
was it?
Not to me.
It was
It
absolutely
wasn't
Broseph.
me.
It wasn't me.
It was absolutely
You
Broseph.
killed me before I could even finish what I was saying, and I was like, you're
Because
gonna regret
you
that.
were suspicious.
Why would I admit that I killed Broseph if I was the bad one?
Yeah.
Because that's the
I had a gun.
exact
I
thing
could
I
have
would
just shot
do.
you.
Oh,
I could have just
God.
shot you.
You're
I
out
I regret
of
not
with a gun.
shooting more people.
Okay. Invite friend.
Chaos was like, you admitted to murder. I don't care the reason. You're dead. Murder is a sin.
All right, let's let Gigi come back in.
Hold on, I gotta go grab a snack.
Oh, that was brutal.
I literally, I just watched him just like completely take you out, and he was like, I didn't
watched
trust
you
her. It
go
was
to
Heather.
You walked into my body and just went, Yaga. It was so sad.
I literally was like, oh no.
Yeah, I was so innocent. It was so sad. I was so innocent.
Oh gosh. All right. I invited Gigi back. Did she not come back? Let's invite her again.
No.
Invite. I'm not Gigi.
Oh. Also, in my defense, Broseph, you've been the dissenter quite a few times, so I was like, Broseph with the gun, screaming at Gigi. I don't know. That
Yeah.
seems sus.
Yeah, I was dissident like 3 times in a row there.
Oh, so I was right.
You,
You're
you
all
know who
dissident.
hasn't been?
I haven't.
Hank.
I haven't been.
I was definitely right when Broseph was just standing around the corner,
No, no.
giggling to themselves like, yeah, they're gonna come
I was
around.
finally gonna get to kill someone, and then you killed me.
How do I get to run?
I'm just saying,
Chef.
Horseman. I'm just saying, I was there to do tasks, okay?
Okay.
You can kill yourself by running, though. It's very funny.
That sounds like me in real life, honestly. Death by running. Exactly what I look like when I run.
Hi.
Oh,
Hello.
goodness. What are you guys doing over in that corner together?
You can also die by doing this, too.
Yeah. But,
Bleh. Alright, I saw Gigi load the game again. Let's see if I can invite her again.
I love that tree.
Is Gigi broken?
we're all taking turns being broken.
Yeah, Gigi might be broken.
I take personal offense that I'm not allowed to use my controller.
It's a new game, they might. You're doing good on keyboard, though.
I wish I could play this on controller.
Right?
That's what Yaga just said.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. It's like I've turned my 8-bit on, and it's like no. I'm like, what the heck?
I'm trying
man?
so hard and it's not putting me into your lobby.
Oh no.
Alright, maybe we'll leave and start a new one?
Is it the lobby?
I'll close it and we'll do a new one. Hold on, everybody.
Okay.
Oh, my game crashed. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it totally just like booted me from the lobby.
Yeah. Well, I closed the lobby, but my game just
Well,
crashed.
before.
Oh, okay. Wolfie, you'll have to keep me updated for sure. Okay. Okay. Private. Create the lobby. Session created. Invite friends. Invite. 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 We're missing Barosif, though.
Where am I?
You're not on my list for some reason.
Oh, I turned
Hey.
the game off. I turned the game off. Oh, it says controllers aren't supported.
I'm the red
That
guy.
sucks.
Yeah, it says not supported, yeah. You load in as your same person, which is nice. There's
Hello?
Broseph.
Hi,
There we
me.
go. Hello, hi. I love
Hello, hi.
your panic eyeballs are just so funny to me.
It's how I feel all the time. Okay?
I know. You're doing great.
I'm a
You're doing
white
great,
guy.
sweetie.
Wow.
No.
What's it like to be born with that privilege?
Oh god. Oh god.
You just won the lottery.
It was me, by the way.
Oh, we figured that out.
Okay.
I knew.
Did you
I
see me get
knew.
murked by chaos?
Oh god.
The second you
No.
started screaming with
I
a
didn't-
knife, I was
I
like,
didn't see
I know.
anything.
Yeah. Well,
Because I
I
got
just love how Pinkster was
totally
like, you
booted
know
from
what?
the game.
I just
walked
like how
into the
Pinkster was
room
like,
and I
you know
tried to
what?
tell
Yeah,
them
let's
what
just keep
happened,
working.
and I
Yeah,
got murdered
that's what I
for
said.
it.
I was like, let's just keep going.
I didn't even get a chance to explain fully what happened before Chaos was
Yeah,
bleeding head
Chaos
off.
just shot Yaga in cold blood.
So,
Oh,
so
mutant.
I was like,
All
oh.
I'm saying
Oh,
is,
thank you.
we didn't see you murder her. Or wait, who did you murder? You said
I
Broseph?
killed
Broseph.
We didn't see you murder him.
Mhm.
We would have just never known. You could just kept working.
Yeah, but I was trying to be honest and be like, hey, just so you guys know,
Ooh,
this
you're gonna
happened.
find Broseph's dead body.
And instead, I would now I know I'm not telling anyone anything. How about that? How about that? Live in
I was
bewilderment.
I was just chilling. You totally just had a gun though.
You have to get one
When
for
I was
defense
playing
at this
into it.
point. Like,
Anytime Broseph has a gun, it's like, that's us.
But the fact that you weren't putting it away was concerning.
I kept asking how, and everyone's just like, ah.
okay. Alimentations.
I'm gonna try Pazushi.
Yeah, let's do Pazushi.
Successfully done it.
Gigi and I are gonna do Pazushi.
I want a
Okay, but I've also
Pazushi.
learned how to cook. We need
Right. We need to see what kind of rice. There's rice right
Okay,
here.
so
I'll
that's
just
gotta
grab
be
it.
black. That's gotta
Yeah.
be black rice. And then the other bag is white, and then I think the tan one is probably brown rice is gonna be my guess.
Well, I think whenever I've done that one, it comes up as black rice. So
But
I think
that's
this
gotta
one
be
might
black
brown
rice. How do
I
you
would
tell?
think so,
It's
but
so
I'm very
stupid.
confused. Okay, so we need
Brown rice and shrimp. And then where the other thing is like, where do you get the rest of the fish? Is there only this one?
No, it has a button. You cycle through.
Oh my god. Okay, so shrimp. Okay.
Okay,
shrimp.
what's the other table though?
Shrimp.
The other table is brown rice and tuna.
Brown rice, shrimp. Yeah, it's just two, right?
That rice is cooking.
Okay, so let's get the
Okay.
Oh, here's
tuna.
a container for it.
Oh, good. Okay, I've got shrimp. Is that the one? That's the brown rice, right?
Okay, here's tuna.
No, that was white rice. Okay.
Brown rice and shrimp. Brown rice and shrimp. Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Brown
we
rice
need-
and shrimp.
oh, you can't drop
we
the
need white
fish.
rice
They
at all?
break apparently. No, it's brown rice for
Brown
both of
rice and
them.
shrimp.
It's brown rice for both of
I
them.
have
So,
rice.
but which one?
It's cool red.
Cool rice. All right, I don't know when to do this. Good night, DJ. I hope you have a wonderful night. You're so close. You're almost there. You can do it. I believe in you.
Does this make more than one canister? Bye.
Oh, okay. This is alimentations. Oh, do you got it?
Got it.
Got it. Okay, good job. And then you need to bring the you need to bring that to charge. So get the battery here. You get the battery and then you go to the machine room, which is this way, and you charge it. Yeah. And it goes do 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 do. All right, so where's the other one?
This one here.
No, the other thing we have to plug into. no. Oh no. Alright, I need to drop that one and pick this up.
He's taking
I need that
pieces
battery.
of tuna.
Oh, here.
Battery.
There you go.
Hey.
We got tuna.
You did
Was
it.
that you?
No.
I did not do it. I was cooking.
Who did it? Where'd it
No.
come from?
No. No.
Wait,
No.
what? She killed herself. I didn't even do that. Oh my god, she used all of her stamina to kill herself. Oh my god.
Hey,
What?
leave me alone. I just made my first pizza. Look at it.
It's beautiful.
You piece of shit.
I
God.
was about to murder you, Pixel. I was like, I'm gonna finish this task and I'm gonna murder Pixel. Pixel
I
sucks.
made a fucking pizza for you, and this is how you treat me.
It's
Do
beautiful.
you know what the best part is? Do you know what the best part is? Gigi killed herself by using up her stamina trying to kill me.
Gigi. Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I forgot that
No.
stabbing takes up a lot of stamina. I forgot.
I was
I
so
forgot
proud
that it takes
that
up
I did
stamina
that.
trying to murder.
I
We were
made a
doing
pizza.
so well with the sushi.
I made a pizza, and I was so proud. This bitch just fucking kills me.
I know, it was hilarious. I was haunting you.
It's beautiful. Oh.
No one trusts Paige. She won't appreciate your pizza.
Come on. All right, computers and alimentations. 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 No song detected. Oh, you have to put the tapes in there. That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, red and blue. 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 Red and blue for this one. This one in here is red and blue.
The red and the blue.
Red and the blue.
I don't
Red
trust
and
you.
blue.
You
Well,
look like a dirty rat.
Okay, red and blue. Red and blue.
It's definitely bro stuff.
Red and blue. Alright, this is blue and yellow. This is red and yellow. Red and blue. 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 I need another red and blue. Red and blue? Oh, it is red and blue. Look at that. Red and blue. Okay, and then we need blue. Or wait, this one can go... This one can also go here, right? So then we need something that's red. Me? Why? I know, the bro's just a little innocent, like, what?
Why?
Why?
I
What
did the
that?
computer.
Good job.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was came from the office.
Red and blue. Red and blue. Red and blue.
I need blue.
Red and blue. Is there one that's like all red or all blue?
Oh, I have a blue one right here. That's
Is it all
yellow
blue? No, we need either
No.
all red or all blue.
No, they just have to be the same color as whatever they're touching.
I don't think that's right.
That's how I did like 2 of them so far
Really?
in the other games. Yeah.
Crazy.
As long as the outsides are the correct color and the insides are the correct color.
Pink's killing people!
What?
Pink's
What?
killing people!
What?
Gigi said you were killing people!
I did not even kill Gigi.
No, Gigi's
Gigi's not dead. Gigi's right there.
You liar!
Gigi's right here. Gigi wasn't even dead, you hoes.
I told you!
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Told you!
No, you just killed her.
No!
It was pink! It was pink! I didn't kill her, Gigi did it!
Yeah, they were saying I killed Gigi.
We're gonna lose this. I guarantee it.
To be fair,
It was
I killed
pink!
I killed Pink because Pink ran away from the explosion.
It's true.
Well, come back over that red.
There's only one because we don't have enough people, Bubbles.
I don't even remember what our stats were. This
I need a
bitch is
blue.
gonna kill us with her brain. She outsmarted us all. She turned us against each other.
That was just cold because they were like, you killed Gigi. I'm like, Gigi's right here.
Yeah, here.
What did you say? Where is it?
I got
That was some bullshit, bro. So
Oh my god.
they're like, Pink killed Gigi, Pink killed Gigi, and then Gigi killed me.
I mean, to be fair, you killed me.
I know, but but you know,
Our balls are pretty.
Oh.
We need another battery.
Oh gosh.
We need another battery.
Oh, battery. Battery? I don't know. I haven't found one.
I think they're in the here.
I thought they were in here. Oh, there's the charger, right? Can we charge? Can you take the old one and charge it?
Yeah, I have a battery.
Oh, I just saw Bubble in chat. Oh, I just saw me in chat. They are. Yours is so pink and mine's so blue.
It's so blue.
I have blue balls.
Blue with their little eyelashes.
Blink, blink.
Blink, blink.
Oh.
Okay, so fuck you guys for being like, Pink killed Gigi and then have Gigi ambush me. And...
Gigi.
Yeah, you did.
I said Gigi said you killed
No,
someone. is what I
no,
said.
no. You literally
you
said
killed
Pink
me.
killed Gigi, Pink killed Gigi, and I was like, Gigi's right here.
Wrong.
No.
I was like,
Wrong.
you
Play
did
it
the
back,
right thing.
play it back,
We're gonna
play it back, play it
playing
back. Yep.
And I said, Gigi said Pink killed someone.
No, Chaos, you were right with me. Did she or did she not say Pink
We'll
killed
find out.
Gigi?
We'll find out.
Absolutely.
We'll find out.
She was like, Pinkstone killed somebody. And I'm like, Pinkstone's been right here
See,
this whole
somebody,
time.
Somebody.
Pink killed
somebody.
me.
I didn't say Gigi. See?
No.
Pink
no.
killed me.
We're
No, yeah,
we'll
yeah,
find
you
out.
said
We'll
Pink
see.
killed Gigi.
Was
You
it
said
Pink?
you said Pink killed Gigi.
I did not.
Was it you though?
You did say it. That's why I was like,
But
Gigi's
was it
right
you?
here. Yes, it was me.
But was it you?
Yes, I shot Broseph in cold blood.
Yeah. She was like, I was like, look, I did a thing. She's like, good job. Boom.
That's what she did with the pizza.
That's her MO.
Yeah. See, and Gigi was screaming that Pink killed someone, and I went, oh. And so then I found
Yeah,
chaos.
I heard-
And you,
But like,
I heard the gunshot, and then I went to investigate, and then I panicked, and then I turned around and saw you running away. So I was like, "It was Pixel."
you didn't see anything.
I so did.
No,
Saw
it
with
was
her
your
brain
imagination.
eyes.
my brain eyes, so that I was able to just come up behind you and stab.
Someone definitely screamed pink killed That's what I'm saying! Somebody said pink killed Gigi and I was like, she's right here!
And anal
Anal
assist.
assist.
Oh, that one takes a lot of work. I'll go to
Anal assist.
Alright, delivery. Delivery. Alright, oh, here's a delivery box. Here's a delivery box. Where's a box? I need a box, a box, a box, a box. Do-do-do-do. I feel like everyone should keep talking at all times so we know where people are. Oh, I have the hiccups though.
G3M. Where are the plants? Over here.
Where's a delivery box though? Delivery.
I need a container.
Container. You can't contain her. You barely know her. Is there a delivery box, please? No? No? Ooh. Oh, you have a delivery box.
Mm-hmm.
You find. Is it not go in this one?
Oh, shit. Fuck. It is going here.
Oh, okay. What box was this?
Somebody
What's
put
on
the
it?
wrong box in here.
Push that button for me, please. Oh, God damn it.
Yay! Good job.
Make
All
sure
right.
you check your boxes because somebody put the wrong box in the maintenance room. I think it was,
Oh.
and so it wasn't blue.
Wasn't blue, you say? Okay, I haven't even found a box yet, so. Oh, Rosef has a box. What is on it?
I have a green. It's got green now. It's got green.
Green?
You have the leafy on it.
Oh no, this isn't the right one. Then you have to find the one that's got the leafy on
Yeah.
it. Leafy. Leafy.
What?
It says leaf this way.
Leaf right here. Leaf. Leaf.
Right here, right here. Have you
Oh,
seen
it's already
containers?
open.
Potatoes? No, I have not seen potatoes.
No, containers.
I said potatoes.
I did not. I for sure said containers. Because there's usually
Oh,
some
here's
in here,
pizza.
but there wasn't one in there.
Okay, this is the pizza storage. This pizza box storage. So we just have to find the delivery that's pizza.
It's in the pantry. It's in the pantry. Oh, that's right.
Here's pizza.
Pizza.
No.
You, when your hands are full, you can't poke it.
Okay.
You have to do it that way.
So we have one more delivery left. Okay.
Take both of them.
Did
Wait,
we-
how do you guys even do? How do you guys do the analysis of this?
The anal assist, you have to have a second box.
Oh, is that the scanner one? No, that's not the scanner.
Yeah. Yeah, scanner.
Oh, okay. What box
Suck
is
my
that?
balls, whoever tried to hide this. Hee hee. Goodbye.
What box is it? What box is it? I want to help. Ooh.
No! Don't hurt me.
I'm not trying to hurt anybody.
Oh, what?
Did
What?
you shoot somebody?
What?
Why is Pink dead? Hey, Austin, you just killed Pink?
What?
Who killed Pink?
Whoever was behind all three of us.
Yeah,
Get away from me, you're lying.
I'm not lying. You don't come near me with that knife.
I don't. Who killed me? How die?
Protect me with your knife. All I have
Why
is
are
a
you
screwdriver.
following me? Get away
Yeah,
from me.
because I don't want somebody else to shoot me.
Hey, I know you're lying. Get away from me.
I'm not lying.
Get away from me.
Who? Alright, here's Gigi. Is Gigi a murderer? No.
WX, it's that one.
I think it's chaos, honestly.
It's not me.
I'm
It's
pretty
not
sure.
me.
You little jump.
Maybe it's Broseph. Maybe it's Broseph.
Pink's body. Tell me. Tell me who did it. Who did it? Ah!
Oh my God! You keep coming back to the scene of the crime.
I came to ask the
It's okay.
body. What?
I know
what?
it's not you. That's why I'm not even stabbing you. That's why I know it's not you.
I don't
Because you were
believe
in front of me. And then somebody was shooting and I didn't turn fast enough to see them.
I swear to God, if you get close to me and you stab me, I will stab you forever.
Did you finish the task? Because you're acting the kind of stuff right
I
now.
did so many tasks and I didn't do any other tasks. We have to do the anal cisses. How do we do anal cysts?
I know Broseph was in front of me, but I thought Chaos was also in front of me. Yaga was behind me. Yaga was definitely behind me.
How do you do analysis?
I don't know. I dropped my knife.
No, you didn't. You're a liar.
No, where's my knife?
I know you didn't.
Look at
kill
Yaga, she's
that
so
big-
sus.
They look sus over there with their green on.
Look at, I'm pressing E and my knife just like disappeared. What?
Did you throw it?
I don't think so. Fuck.
Okay. G3M. Are you two?
How do we do
Real sus. I really don't know. But they haven't killed anybody else yet, so... This is crazy. This is crazy. They're gonna run out of time, I think.
chaos?
I was just
I did
trying.
take the sample and I threw
Who
it.
took- You took it, and then
And I
you
threw
threw it.
Were
You
you
I was gonna kill Chaos next.
bitch.
I was gonna kill
You
Chaos next.
bitch.
Out of just pure
Bitch.
instinct.
What the
This
fuck?
is fuck you in
Bitch.
sign language.
Bitch.
What the fuck?
Bitch.
What the
This
fuck?
is fuck you in sign language.
Bitch.
I wish I had a bigger gun. I would have killed all three of you.
Oh
I was
god.
trying- I was
I
saying
had
How did
that
we
I was
lose?
working
Because
so
we didn't
hard.
finish our tasks in time because Chaos was sabotaging us.
I was working so hard to
you
do
kill
my
me?
little plants.
Huh?
It took me too long
Who
to
killed
find the
me?
containers. If
Oh,
I
I
had found the
killed you
containers
because
faster.
you were sus, and then I was gonna kill Chaos out of susness, and then it was just gonna be me and Gigi finishing stuff. But
You'll never find
Chaos
that sample.
ran out of the room.
Can't believe you stole my sample, you bitch.
I
I still
stole
don't
it
know
and
how to
threw
do
it,
analysis.
and it was gone forever.
There's a computer screen. Here, I'm not gonna read it. There's a computer screen that shows the different. You need like 4 different samples that you need to provide to the computer,
Okay.
and it gives you the codes for the plants that you need. And then on the wall is the codes, and then a picture of what the plant looks like. And so
Oh.
you need to get a container and get the plants and bring them back into the analysis room and put the container on the little thing and press the button and it gives you a sample and then you give the sample to the computer.
Oh.
Some of the samples you need to have 2 plants, and so then you need to get 2 containers with the 2 plants, and you have to do them one at a time to get the individual samples of those plants. and then there's another machine where you can put the 2 samples together, and then it combines them into 1 sample.
That's crazy. Okay, I
That
see.
seems like a priority task since it's harder.
Agree. It's longer
That's
for
what-
sure.
I was trying to do it from the beginning, but I couldn't find containers. I spent like 4 minutes just trying to find
I threw
fucking containers.
some around. I just pick up random shit and just throw it.
You
I
bitch.
just I was like,
It's probably
I think
because
they-
Chuck it. Just chuck it. All right. Scanner and delivery.
Employee better, or I like.
Okay.
I like.
Who wants
Scanner
to do
is-
scanner with me?
I'll scan. I'll scan with you.
Okay, do
Okay.
you want to be the person or do you want to be the
I want to point out if either of you die, we know one of you did it.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'll
One
be
of
the
you- I mean, the
director
other
and you
one
can
did
be
it.
the stander.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So I'm like,
Do you want to be the computer or
I
the
just
standee?
said I'll be the director, you be the stander.
Okay. Do you have a weapon on you?
No.
Okay, neither do I.
Here, you can see my empty hand. Here you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
same here. Okay. I stand in the middle.
Okay. Okay, go to the right. Hold on. You're not in the middle. Back up just a smidge. Back up more. There you go. Okay. So go just to the right. Slowly. Slowly. And stop. Oh, down. The smidgest down. There we go. Okay. And
I
then
can
go
hear it.
down. Okay, perfect. Down. You can go a little bit faster. Down, down, down. Down, 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 down. Slow down, slow down. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, now go to the right. Oop, you passed it. Slow down. Down this a tiny bit. Right there. You missed it. Right there. Okay. Go up. Go up. Okay, to the right.
I've got a package for
To the right, to the right, and stop. A little bit to the left.
Rude.
A little bit more to the left, a little bit more to the left. And a little bit more, and then down. Down. You're... Oh, right, almost there. There we go. Okay, up a little bit. Up, 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 up. Stop. Right. Right. Oh, but you're going up at the same time. Go down a little bit more. Okay, perfect. Right there. Okay, down. Down.
Delivery's done.
Down. 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 And slow down, slow down, slow down. Keep going down, but slow down. Okay, stop. Okay, to the right. To the right. To the right. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. There you go. Okay, now we're gonna hard to the left because everything's on the left now. Okay, perfect. Okay, go up. Okay, keep going. Okay, too far up, too far up, too far up.
It's Broseph. Broseph,
Down, down, down.
Kill us! Process not gonna kill us!
What? No, I'm
Okay,
holding
go
the
down.
door.
Go down. 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 Down a little. Okay, left. Okay, slow down. You're close. Okay, go a little bit more left. A little bit more left. And the slightest bit down. Smidgest down. There you go. Okay, up. Up, 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 up. Okay. Slow down, but keep going up. Keep going up. keep
Chaos is
going
coming,
up.
chaos.
Stop. Oh no, to the right. We're so close, Gigi. We have two.
It's just cassette. It's just a cassette. It's just a cassette.
Okay, okay, okay.
We don't like retro forms of media here!
Okay, you're right. So just go straight up, Gigi. You're on a dot right now. Straight up. Okay, slow down, slow down. You're up, up, up. There you go. Okay, last one. Up, 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 up. Slow down, up. Okay, stop. And then to the left. Left, left, left. Right there, right there. Oh, you passed it. Right, 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 right. Got it. What's up, Azarl? I know you. Did you get offered a job?
The
Oh, good.
terror and me screaming, chaos is coming!
But who was it? It wasn't me.
I have no idea. It
Okay.
wasn't me.
I don't know.
Okay. I didn't see the screen.
No shot.
It was
I
you?
thought I was an employee
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
until like the last dot, and I was like, oh fuck, because it says up in the right corner if you're an employee or a dissident. And it said dissident. I was like, well, all right.
I'm already
Congratulations,
complaining now.
Cesaro. Let's go. Here, that gets this.
Also, I said, well, if one of you dies, we know who the killer is.
If I had known that I was a dissident, I would not have
Congratulations,
done that
though.
with Pink. I
No,
would have
I
done the
know.
delivery.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my god.
I was like, how did that go
literally-
so flawlessly?
I think this might be
literally, I
my
was
last
just like,
one, guys.
This
Okay.
is amazing. I'm doing so good. And then I looked in the corner. I was like, well, shit. I was really hoping that you would all panic because of Chaos and Brosith, and then maybe you just all kill each other.
Oh my god.
Also likely. Also likely.
Okay.
Oh
Never.
boy.
Never.
Oh god, that was so funny.
That was so stupid. I'm so mad.
Okay. Pressure. Oh jeez. I hate pressure. All right, I'll do alimentations.
with me.
I could do the pressure.
You want to do pressure with me?
All right, I'll do alimentations.
I'm gonna stand here and cry.
Why?
Because pressure sucks, alimentations isn't great.
Yeah,
better
but
than pressure,
alimentations isn't dangerous. Brosif's quiet.
Let's grab some of
What?
these.
I'm taking this fuse. I don't even know if I need it. But maybe I will. Oh no, the battery. I'll take the battery, and I know I'll need a battery.
Oh yeah, I feel like we should just start plugging batteries into the chargers so that way we can just
Yeah.
get them, right?
Oh, do you think it's dead?
I don't know. I don't know if they
Wolfie
start dead.
7828 says pressure.
Oh,
Coming
here's
down
one right
on
here.
me. Coming down on.
Blue.
Oh, is it?
We're
Yeah.
under pressure.
Does it need a battery?
No, it does not need a battery. It needs blue. Unless we take this one out and we make a different combination. But this one had a blue one. Oh. This one had a blue
Was
one
it
in
all
it
blue?
already.
Oh, there's an all blue in the orange room. I saw it.
Okay, okay, okay.
I saw it.
Thank
I
you,
picked it up
Wolfie.
and I threw it on the floor.
All blue.
Go.
Unless that one was that one. Do we have an
Oh,
all
it's right here,
blue
it's
one?
right here. It's right here.
Where?
I got it. I got it.
Do we have all of them, Chaos?
Oh, there you are. I was like, where'd you go? All right, so do you still have your battery too?
I still have the battery too. Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Wait, stay with me, stay with me.
I'm right here. Oh, see the battery, a bad battery. Get out.
Yeah,
battery.
and then you have to
How do
you have to charge it. Yay!
Wait, I got a better battery.
We need one
oh,
more.
it's also not fully. Stupid fucking battery.
Here, I'll get this one, and then we just charge.
Yeah.
Or find another
It's bad
battery.
Well, we have two batteries, so we'll
Yeah, we
charge
can
both
just charge one.
on.
Yeah. Oh, is that a battery? Oh no, that's keys. The keys light up. I forgot the keys of the computer light up. The keys! Jacques, the keys! Oh wait, no, we're going the wrong way. The wrong way. We have to go this way. Sorry. I hate that you have to go through storage to get to the room.
Yeah. What the fuck just happened?
I just hate like
I just stood and watched.
why? You would have gotten killed.
No, they were chasing each other. They were fine.
Oh, these batteries are done. Here, let's get this one.
Okay. How do I plug in and oh that
Yeah.
that one.
Okay, there we go. I got two. Okay. Okay. So now we have to go
That
back to
was-
that one.
Yeah, I'm putting
She's
the
the,
battery.
she's the killer. She's
Oh.
the killer. She was sabotaging us.
Right.
You guys keep doing your task. What are you trying?
you go keep doing your task. That
Wait, I always forget.
was
It's this one.
hilarious.
This
Oh,
way.
that's the other way.
Yeah. This one.
That was so fucking funny.
Oh my god.
Just watching.
Just you continue doing your
run across
tasks.
the Screen.
Okay, this one's done. Okay.
Dope.
So
Okay.
now we have to
How many more do
find
we have? One. We have one more.
Okay, so we just have to find it now. And we've got a
Lucky fucking
charged
one.
battery. Got a
Okay,
charged.
good.
Okay. Not in there. Okay.
Well, with any luck, it was Brosif.
Maybe? Or it's chaos.
Well, there's a
No,
50-50
there's nothing.
shot,
There's
right?
nothing in these. I think I have to try to remember that there's no alimentations in the restaurant at all.
That makes sense. I
Oh,
don't think
have we
there's
tried
any-
security? I don't think we've tried
Oh, yeah.
security. Let's see.
We should have asked whoever was doing pressure to keep an eye out while they're wandering around. Or like a
It's
heads up,
not this
but-
one, unless no. Okay, so it's
Okay.
not security.
Okay.
So let's check. I guess it's offices check.
On the floor and
Oh,
that-
there's a couple in the offices. So hold on.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check the offices on the left.
Where's that one? It's not this one in here. It's not this one. Okay.
There's nothing in the office.
Okay. So I guess the plant room.
Maybe. Not.
All right, so let's try the plant room. Where's the plant?
Oh, it's that way.
That way. Okay.
Oh, there's two. I'll
Yeah.
take the right.
Not this one. Not over there.
Just searching for the
I know.
Oh,
Well,
here, I found it. I found
okay,
it.
okay,
It needs
okay.
a battery. It needs a battery.
just a battery?
Just a battery.
Where? They're on the
Right
other
here.
side.
Right
Okay, 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 okay. Here we go. Battery. All right. So do you have another battery? Because this one, I don't think this one's gonna go all the way. Or is it? Oh, it might.
Sure.
Yay!
Hey! Okay, what do we need then? Pressure.
Fucking pressure. Damn it. All right.
Pressure's a nightmare.
I know.
I don't think we understand it at all.
I mean, I understand the concept, but the execution is a
Well-
whole other thing.
Yeah, I don't. What are you doing?
It was Brosif. We're trying to find. Brosif is dead. It was Brosif. We're trying to find a red
Canister?
container for the.
Wait, I
pressure.
just saw one in one of the offices. I just saw one in one of the offices. Like this, I think it was stashed.
Oh, was it red?
I feel like it was. Hold on. Was it this side?
Found it. I found it. I found
Was it in
it.
here? Was it in one of the offices?
Yay!
Yeah, it was stashed in the
Alright,
office.
now we just have to make sure we have this in the right spot.
I just love Chaos going, go back to your task.
I know. There's like in his dad voice,
And we
like
did.
he's like, just go back to your tasks. Everything's fine.
You saw nothing. This is normal.
Okay.
Although I am scared I'm gonna
It was
stand back here
Brosif, go back to your tasks. Like we were like, oh.
Yep.
We're like, that sounds right. That sounds right.
Good so far.
I'm scared. I'm so
Stop,
scared.
stop, 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 stop. Okay, these three blinked. Turn it off.
Oh,
They red blink?
these three blank.
Yeah, these three. So let's
I'm like, how
try
far can I
walking
stand back and watch what's happening?
I know,
without dying?
without dying. I got blown up, and I thought I was far enough away, so I'm like,
Well,
oh no.
Okay.
down one.
Okay.
Um.
We have a minute to
So
figure this
that-
out.
Doesn't go there. Can we put the red in there? The red goes in there then?
The red was there.
In
Oh god.
because it went red. It was flashing red.
Yeah.
No.
How was everybody's week? My week was
I don't
so
know,
busy.
'cause,
Like, I
like,
don't know what the deal was this
That
week.
one
It was just so
fine,
crazy
but these
busy.
three- Let me know if any of them flash.
Okay.
See anything?
Okay, then I'm gonna press it again. Let me know if they flash.
Yeah. They're flashing red.
Yeah.
Green.
All red? The,
All
I
of
think
them?
the three
They're-
on the right. I saw the three on the right were red.
I don't know what to do.
Do we need the blue
Do we
one?
need a different pressure
ones,
thingy?
too.
Well, is there another blue one somewhere?
I don't know.
So I think there are only 8.
There's supposed to be three. Or there's supposed
Oh no, did someone die? What happened?
We can't get pressure done. Like we need
I
to.
don't
Like,
understand.
honestly,
I do
There
not
must have been
understand
something
pressure.
wrong. There must have been another canister somewhere because
I only hid one and
need
ran
to
away
figure
with
out how to
another
do
one. I
pressure.
didn't take a
I
blue
think,
one.
No, I think there's only 8, so I don't
there's
understand.
supposed to be some blue ones and then
They were-
red and yellow.
Yeah,
were
the
on the
blue
other
ones
one,
were
'cause
in
they
the
were-
other machine.
Right.
Yeah, but the other machine was done.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
the
saying.
other
So it
machine
had
was
to have been some
Solutions for
combination
each
of that.
machine.
Oh, there could be
Maybe.
multiples. But then, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think we understand the pressure thing.
No,
at all.
there's
Like, it
yeah,
just
there's
does not
8.
make
See?
sense.
So 1, 2, and then 3. So
I mean,
all
unless
of
you
those.
can take one off the finished one and.
No, not that one.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't think you
it
can take it off the
exploded.
finished one.
No, once it's done, it's done. And then that got
Yeah.
increased.
So maybe
You can't
we
like
need
turn
more
it
red
off
ones?
and take them off.
Maybe we
Not
need
after
more
they're
red
good.
ones.
We had turn it off. Okay.
Okay,
So
we might have to do more
I'm gonna
bad.
head out.
Yeah, good night, Broseph. Thanks for
This
playing.
was very fun. I do
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yay, yay.
Yay.
Bye.
Yay, yay, bye, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Yeah, maybe we just needed more red ones.
Yeah,
But
we
there
have
there
more.
weren't any more.
So it had
We
to have
had
just
all
been the
the- Maybe something
combination just
happened.
wasn't right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so stressful.
So the red one just needed to be in a different position.
Well, the problem is like
So
there were 3 yellows and 1 red.
Did we get
And-
through all 4
yeah.
positions with the red?
Well, it locked. It said that it flashed 3 of the bad. Maybe I needed to move. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe the red one just wasn't in the right position. We'll figure that one out. If we get that one again, we'll have to like
Yeah.
just actually focus on it just so we can learn it.
Yeah.
yeah, hard. Well, how are we gonna do this with 4 people?
I'm not sure. We can try, and if it's
Very carefully.
and if it's too obvious, then you know.
Hang on, let me.
Oh, what?
Is Nicholas Picolis online? Because I know he likes this game.
Oh, if Nicholas Picolis is online, shoot him a little message.
Nickel pickle?
Nickel Pickle?
I don't see him.
Yeah,
Doesn't say that he's online, but
that was so
okay.
close. Like we would have had that if we could just figure out how to do pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a bummer.
He just sent me a TikTok, so I know that he's alive and awake.
That's always
Alive.
good.
I have to say, the face of Chaos's character goes well with "go back to your tasks. It's fine."
Oh my gosh. And the other funny part is that Yaga and I were walking through storage when we saw the 3 of you like running, and I like hid behind the shelf, and she just freezes and just watches.
I was so
Listen,
scared.
it was
I
great.
saw
Do your tasks.
I know.
I saw all 3
do
of you
not
run
nothing
through
to
the
see
fucking.
you.
You ran by the doorway, and I just stood and watched, and I just clipped it. I was like, I don't know what I just saw. It was you
I saw-
Do your tasks.
Broseph.
I
And it
saw
was both
Rosa
of you
running
chasing.
away with one of the canisters, and I was like, sabotage!
Yeah, I just saw.
Yeah,
Broseph
I
running,
heard
you
you say
chasing and
sabotage.
Screaming.
Oh god,
Yeah,
that's so
and I'm just
funny.
like, I'm
Well,
like,
see,
Gigi,
I
you
don't
better.
ever-
Oh gosh. All right, it's
Sorry, I cut
pressure.
you off.
Let's do pressure. Let's do pressure together so we can figure it out.
Okay. Yeah. As a team,
As a team, listen, whoever's dissident, fucking, we're gonna learn together,
Let us-
and then you can
We're
kill us
gonna
after.
fucking learn together or die together.
Okay.
Because pressure murders.
So each of us should be able to get 2. All right, I have a red, and I have a yellow.
you can only hold one at a time because it takes 2 hands.
Okay, I have a red. Here, I'll just, yeah,
blue.
here you go. Here's red.
We just plug it into anywhere and just see what happens. Well, not see what happens.
And there's a yellow.
All right, here's a yellow here. All right, I'm
and
just gonna
there's
chuckle
usually
in
a
there.
couple in there already. I think that's all of them.
Okay.
Is it?
Is that all of them?
Okay, here's a
I
yellow.
know the blue one.
Well,
is.
unless we have one more. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we got them.
There's a yellow right here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just put them here for now.
Okay.
So,
I'll just hide so I don't get exploded.
someone has to push the button.
You're on
Where
that
Where
side.
did Chaos go?
Right here.
Chaos. We got them all. We got them all.
Okay.
You wanna push the button? Okay, so we look.
Okay.
No red lights. So
Okay, one red light.
Stop. Okay, so this one is wrong. Oh, you have to turn it off all the way.
Oh, good.
Okay. So the first one's
red
wrong.
was bad. So
immediate.
we
Okay.
need to put blue in.
Okay, here's blue.
Because
we have to
I
put in
think-
blue?
Here's blue.
I
What if it's yellow?
I don't know.
Okay, so, but
It
it's
was
just
red.
it's just trial and error. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, first one is good. Try again. No reds.
I have a good.
Okay.
So we're good.
So
This
that
is the
one's done
same
already?
thing as last time. Okay, it's not.
Well, last one.
Okay, so
Yellow
this
one,
one's
right?
bad. So yeah, put one of those in. Okay, let's see. Okay, good so far. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, so this one's
in
bad
fear.
again.
Okay. So then it has to be a
Yeah,
yellow.
so try that.
Little echo. Yeah, it makes it very
Stop, stop, stop,
spacey.
stop. Okay, so we'll try swapping the. It was the one on the right again.
Oh,
Stop,
No,
stop, stop,
no,
stop,
one's
stop,
on the
stop.
end. One's on the end.
It's the end ones are wrong.
yeah.
Okay.
We just had
so
that switch, didn't we?
maybe we need to, we did. Maybe we need to do left.
Well,
Do we need to have like yellows on the ends and reds in the
Yeah,
middle?
I think we need to have put put the red here on the left.
In the middle.
On the left. And the other red in the other left.
you gotta get out of my
No,
way.
No, this one, this one, this one, this one.
No, put it, no. Yellow.
Ark, thank you so much for the raid. How was Wandering Village?
Stop, 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 stop. This doesn't make any sense.
That's what I think it
All right,
needs to
so
be.
Obviously,
Red's on the
one of these.
Reds on the
one of
ends,
these
yellows in the
blues
middle.
Can be a yellow.
No, you can't take them
we
out once
can
it's done.
swap it.
Oh.
We can't. I didn't think we could.
I didn't think we could either.
Okay.
Oh.
Ark, thank you for the raid. How was your
Okay,
stream?
Let's try this
Hard.
again.
Okay.
All right. Stop.
Nope, nope, nope,
Stop.
nope, nope, nope. I don't
All
like
right, so this needs to be. What did we just take out of this? A red or a blue?
A blue.
All right, so we
Try
need
a
a
red.
This task is cursed.
Okay.
We just have to figure. It's just
Yeah.
gonna takes a while, is all. But now I think I understand it now that we can.
Okay.
Okay, that one's done. So then
Good.
No lights.
So
okay.
each one has to
There-
have a blue.
it looks like it.
Okay.
Okay, let's try.
Maybe, possibly needs to have a blue.
Okay, good so far. Good.
Yay! Pressure's done. Now the
Okay,
murder can happen.
Aluminum.
Alimentations. All right, so we just need to find the
Are you
ones.
gonna murder us all now?
I'm not
Anbu
the
decided to go to
murderer.
sleep. My villagers were not happy. Is Anbu the is that the guy that your village is on? The guy your village is on. You know what I'm saying. Blessies. All right, alimentations. Alimentation.
That took a lot of brain thought.
It really did.
Okay, not in medical.
Nope. I don't think there's any in the Pasushi restaurant.
But maybe it's in the pantry.
Okay. So not that one in the storage area. So how about this one? Chaos is doing this one. Oh, he's
Yep,
almost
and I
done.
already have a battery charging.
Nice. Okay, so this one's done. So now there's only one more alimentation left. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Where is? I hate this noise. It's so obnoxious. It makes my brain hurt. Okay, let's go. In 30? It's not the alimentation and security. Ooh. Oh, I can see them though. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Oh, it'd be really handy if you could see, like, which ones need things. Alright, Yaga's in machine. She's by herself in machines. Is your brain hurting making the no, my brain hurts from the noise. For sure. Alright, I don't trust Yaga.
It was in the dream.
Yaga. 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 I think she's hiding stuff. Yaga. 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 Yaga.
Why do I just keep hearing my name?
Because I saw you on the cameras and I was like trying to find you so I could kill you.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, was it you?
Yeah, it was Yaga. I saw her on the camera.
No.
Who did she kill?
She didn't kill anybody. I saw her
anybody.
stashing stuff.
I couldn't find a weapon, honestly.
Yeah, I saw her.
because
I saw her.
every time I
I
went,
saw
I
her
put it in my
stashing stuff.
pocket.
Yeah.
I had no response from Nicholas Picolis, so
Okay.
maybe his TikTok sending was
his going to bed.
ghosts.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm down for like 1 or 2 more, and then we can call it a night here.
Yeah, that's good
I don't
for
like
me.
how this is called the skin viewer.
The skin viewer.
Sounds very
View
the
thy
forest.
Skin.
To be fair, I did behave and not kill anyone during the learning of the pressure. So
well,
I did appreciate that.
yes, I appreciate that too.
All right, now everybody change your color.
Why?
Why?
Because
to fuck with everybody.
to confuse us.
To confuse us?
To
I'm
confuse
so
us all.
scared. Ew.
Oh,
Disgusting.
disgusting.
This is very.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get blamed for so much stuff now.
Hi, I'm Pinkle. I'm so cool. Look at me, I'm Pinkle.
Oh my god. Computers and scanner. Okay. Computer.
Where is the computer?
The,
Computer.
or is that the analyzer?
That's the analyzer. The scanner is the dots.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Wow.
Just running.
Yep. Well, the funny thing is that the worst part is they need to do scanners, so they need to come over here, so they'll find my body. Where is everyone?
Just offensive.
Fuck you.
I didn't know you could punch people. That's crazy.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
What are you talking
Fuck
about?
you. Fuck
Yep.
you. Oh,
You killed
God.
me over my pizza. I made you dinner.
Oh no. Everyone is dead. I think Gigi's still alive. Is Gigi and Chaos alive? Oh
Because
no.
you said anyone who came in that wasn't
Ah.
us is the murderer.
I saw the
Oh.
dead body and I was like, oh crap. Where's the next one going?
Oh man, I was really hoping that Chaos would do as usual. Oh, you killed someone, I'm killing you.
I'm killing you. Yeah. God.
Damn, I really,
Back to office
really
two.
was betting on that one.
And then we'll have to do the scanner.
Oh God. Are they gonna find my dead body by the scanner? How did you die?
Probably. Dude, you punched me to
Is
death.
that all at the office? Oh, there's still another
I was out of
computer.
bullets.
Find my body, you idiots! Find my body!
You idiots! Find my body, you idiots! They'll
Find
never
me!
find it.
God, if that wasn't quoted, it needs to be. God.
Ooh. That was great.
Where
I
are
was trying
they?
to punch Gigi, but I think they're doing the PC stuff.
Oh no, they're never gonna find my dead body.
Which means they'll never find the scanner.
Oh god.
Which is funny because Gigi has
here.
participated in the scanner so many times.
Here she comes.
Both
Alright,
of those
get-
say success, and none of these say anything.
We need
Office
office
3.
4. Office 4, right here.
Oh.
Thank you,
cameras.
Ark.
This is great.
Guys, my body! My body! Press N to fail the task. My body!
Okay, that's good. We need to go to medical.
Yeah, they're gonna find my body! Let's
Scanners,
go!
We're done.
Now, will they find it?
They'll find- it's in front of the scanners! What do you mean?
And I'm good at giving direct.
Let's see,
orders.
let's see.
What do
Okay,
you want to do? Oh my god.
I know. Here,
Oh
I'll-
my god, and
So-
then walked away!
Stand in the middle of that. Okay. You're scoot back just a smidge. Okay, good. Okay. Now
I'm so
just don't
sad.
actually move, but
Oh
you'll just
my
need to
God,
move
and then he just
where you're
walks
looking.
away,
Okay, look
like-
down just a smidge. Down.
Yeah, I
just
didn't know I
and to the
couldn't
right
punch
just a
without
smidge.
it with my gun in my hand, and that's what fucked me.
Stop.
Oh,
Gun.
Okay, good. Now down a smidge.
I thought pistol whipping was the thing.
Smidge more.
that's funny. That's funny. Oh my god.
One more smidge. Okay, stop. And now to the left. Rotate.
Live.
Keep rotating.
No.
Keep rotating.
I've climbed
Stop.
inside your mind. I'm
nope,
possessing
just
you.
a little bit more.
Ooh.
More to the left. More to the left.
But wait, you can actually get inside her helmet. Wait, you can actually get in her helmet. I'm in her helmet.
A
Oh,
little
yeah.
more.
I'm in her head.
Little more. Stop. Okay,
I'm
left.
with you. You're. Oh.
Stop. Okay, down.
No, don't do it. You're
Stop.
doing terrible. Stop it.
Up a little bit more.
Up.
A little too far.
Up, down, left, right.
I'm
a little bit
possessing
more.
chaos.
Up.
I'm possessing
Stop.
chaos. Woo.
Left.
Can
No,
you see my
right.
eyes?
Right.
Stop.
I can.
Oh my
Down
gosh,
just a
you're.
smidge, and to the right. And down. Stop. Okay, great. A
No,
whole
you're
bunch
doing
to the
terrible.
right. Right. Stop. Down. Stop.
Damn. This is honestly a
a
good
little too
task
far
to
down.
murder people on. I should have just.
Okay.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
this
just a
is the
smidge to
best
left.
task to murder people on.
Stop.
Although
a little bit too far.
Gigi was already on guard
Right,
because Chaos said
right
if
there.
anyone
Okay,
that comes
right.
in,
A little bit more.
they're-
Keep going.
there's
Keep
a
going.
bad guy. Which I
Keep
mean,
going.
technically,
And a
Gigi
little bit
would've
more.
wanted
Stop.
to do too.
Down. A little bit.
Which they haven't
A
even
little bit
found
more.
your body yet, so I don't
feel like
even
I'm
know
in
why
high
you
school
would-
again.
Stop. Okay.
I'm so upset about their lackluster reaction to
Up,
finding my
stop,
body.
Stop.
This is
I
like,
know
oh.
they just did not care.
No, they did
I
not.
left your body
Nope,
all
not
like
that one.
look how nice it looks too.
Little bit
You're like
more to
kissing
the
the
left.
wall.
Aw.
They didn't even
Stop.
care.
Our feet are so little.
Okay. Up a smidge. We only have one more.
Had no respect for you.
A
No, no
little
moment
bit.
to
A little
mourn.
smidgier.
No kind
A little
words.
bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, stop. A little bit too far. Stop. And then turn to the right.
Chaos looks high as
Stop.
fuck.
A little bit.
Like his character's head.
Wow.
Did y'all know you can't pistol
Listen,
whip
when a
people?
lady gives me
can
directions
pistol
on
whip
where far and
No,
how
did you know you
far
can't
to
pistol
did
whip
not I
people?
listen?
Oh, you can't?
Yeah, I found that out the hard way.
Oh
Were you trying
god.
to pistol whip me?
I was. Stupid pistol.
Oh
So
my
I stabbed
god.
you with a screwdriver.
Oh my god. She
Oh, that
killed
makes
me.
more sense.
Well,
She
we
killed
heard all
me
the
in cold
shots.
blood.
We heard all the shots and I was like, GG, the next person you see that's not me, kill them.
God.
Because we were
All
yeah,
loud
we were
and
standing
shit.
in the room together. So.
Yeah, Yaga's like, what is scanners? And I was like, oh, it's over here in medical. Boom. I was like, you bitch.
I mean, to be
And-
fair, that's payback for it's beautiful dead.
Exactly.
I
And
don't know
honestly,
what you're
even if there
talking
was-
about.
Even if there was one more person in the game and somebody else died, I'd be like, just kill whoever comes in next. Just kill them.
Oh god. All right, one more and then we're good.
Yeah,
Sounds good
All
to
right,
me.
all right, good.
We need to get more people in.
Oh,
on this,
yeah.
'cause This is
Yeah.
just chaotic.
This is
man.
hilarious. Well, Bubbles is. Bubbles
What is
was
the max?
Bubbles was supposed to play, but she's sick.
What
so
was the maximum?
I think-
what's the maximum amount of players?
I think 8. I think 8.
Ooh. Okay.
What is Naduja and anchovy toast? What is I don't know. I know what okay, I know what anchovy toast is, but what's Naduja? I'm probably butchering that. Oh, this is yellow and red. Oh, we should probably get this in
Yellow,
charge.
red.
Get this in charge. This.
Oh, yes. Is it already uncharged?
No, it's half according to the little thingy. Okay, yellow and red. Oh, I guess this way's faster, huh? I don't know.
guess.
Okay, yellow and red. Yellow and red. Well, it might not have been faster, but whatever. Oh, here's a yellow and red, but I don't remember which direction is which. Let me go put this on the charger, though.
Okay. So that one's charged. I have a charged battery,
Okay, this one is charging.
and I put 2 more on charge.
Okay, I need a yellow and red, but I don't remember which one is which, so I guess we'll just get, like, one of each. I saw a yellow and
I can
red.
put some jargons. I can do a little jargon each
Oh,
when we're
here's
done.
yellow and red.
Well, here's a yellow, and then here there's just a red. Here's a yellow and a red. This might actually work, too.
Okay.
Back to the office. Back to
Okay,
the
cool. Where is it? I have
Um,
a battery. Does it need a battery?
Fuck, how did I lose? Why can't I ever remember where I was? Yeah, I took the battery out to charge it. Chaos, where was that thing? Was it in this one? No. This one? No, it's definitely not in this one. It was like on the back wall as soon as you walked into something. Hold on. No, not this way. Not this way. Wait, and then hold on, we walked past the computers. We walked past those. Is it in here? Yes, okay. Okay, here's yellow. And here's red. Okay, now we need battery! 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 The game does it. You're assigned either dissident or employee. Spreadable spicy sausage.
No, I need red.
I found it. It's in the red room.
Pink.
What?
Did you find the red one?
Yeah. I got it.
No, the red thingy.
Yeah, I got it. It's in here. It just needs a battery.
Got a battery?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait. Why is it not charging? Is that not right? Oh, that might not be right. You might not be able to do whole ones. Okay. Okay. So you can't put whole colored
Hey,
ones.
what's the face? Hey, where's the orange? Where's the orange?
Who's Gigi is orange? Oh. Okay, we have to find her. Or are you is it you? It's you. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Come here. Come here. Come here. It's chaos! It's chaos! It's chaos!
You
I was like,
motherfucker.
you'll
You
never finish the
motherfucker.
task by yourself.
You mother-
Oh god.
Running, I was going, I was I was
Uh,
done with computers.
He kept following me with a fucking detonator, and I was like, I don't like this. I
Yeah,
don't like this. And I
he
kept trying
goes-
to get away from him.
He's like, "Where's Orange?" And I was like, "Oh, Gigi." I was like, "Oh, we
Oh,
can go
I was
find her."
there,
And
I
then he
saw.
takes his gun out, and I'm like, "No, like no."
Motherfucker. Gigi comes in and is like, you son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
You are
Oh
like
my
this, bitch, bitch.
You.
bitch.
Hey,
Bitch,
hey,
bitch,
this is a children's
bitch.
stream. You can't be cussing all them
Family
fucking
friendly.
words.
What are you
Family
talking
friendly.
about? My stream is 18
It's a family-friendly stream, you bitch.
My
Oh
stream
my
is
God.
NC-17.
NC-17. Holy
All
shit.
the dog nipples, they're
Oh my
everywhere.
gosh. All right. Thanks for playing. Yeah, we definitely need to get
Yeah,
like we need to get Nick.
experience.
We need to have a night that Bubbles doesn't feel sick for sure.
Yeah, that was an experience.
That was
for sure.
definitely fun. I'm glad we got to figure
now
it out
that
though.
we know how the tasks work, kind of.
Yeah, for the most
Yeah,
part. Yeah,
Mostly.
for the
Yeah.
most part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I hear
Yeah.
that you are going to play some Dargon?
I'm gonna do some Stardew.
Some Stardew?
Some Stardew.
No, you guys gotta
Okay.
play. No, you know what you guys gotta play is
What?
freaking the Stockon, man.
The what?
Stockholm syndrome?
Yeah, suck on these nuts. Ho ho!
Oh my god.
You
Got him.
Oh my gosh.
Can't be messing with no Goblin King.
Wow.
God, that was so good. Oh, that was perfect timing. Oh my god. All right. Thanks for playing, guys. We'll definitely have to plan a night when we have more peeps. If we can get a full 8 people,
Yeah.
that'd be so funny.
That'd be great. Be
Sure.
absolute madness.
Yeah.
Is there still just one dissident with 8 people?
No, you can have up to 2 with
No,
8 people.
2.
Yeah.
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 But you can tell
Sneaky.
who is the other one if you're them. Like there'll be a red dot above your head.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, you can tell who each other are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can work together without being like, "Are you the dissident?"
Is it you?
Hey, I'm also bad.
That actually happened on someone else's stream. I don't know who it was, but I saw them be like, "What is the red dot?" over your
Yeah,
head
and then
mean?"
another girl's
And-
like, "What
Oh,
red dot?"
no.
Yeah, I saw that
yeah,
on
what red
TikTok.
dot? And they just killed her.
Yeah.
That shit was so fucking funny.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Alrighty.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. We're gonna raid into Gigi because I think Gigi is going to continue playing some Get out of here. Quit lobby. How do I like leave the whole game? How do I leave the game? Game. Quit the game. There we go. Okay. Okay. That was a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, that was so fun and so stupid and so silly. All right. Yeah, let's raid Gigi, who's going to continue playing. Oh my god, my ad block. My blad block. This new to me game, Stardew Space, Little Known Galaxy. I don't think I've heard of it, honestly. I don't believe I have heard of it. Also, my camera is all laggy on stream and I don't know how to fix it. And I don't know, like, none of you guys told me, like, all Streamathon week that it was, like, super laggy on stream. So I have to figure out how to fix that. And I do not know how. So that's another thing I have to do, which is great. All right. What am I doing? Gigi. Rating Gigi. I'm rating Gigi. That's what I'm doing. All right, guys. Don't forget movie night tomorrow. Do you run it as 4K or 1080? Oh, good question. Because I reset everything, remember? Let me see. Can I see? Um, 1080? I think. I don't know. You can help me with it later. But yeah. Movie tomorrow is Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool Wolverine. yeah, and then Sunday we're gonna dive back into some Red Dead. But yeah, have a good night, guys. Thanks for hanging. It was a lot of fun. See you guys Sunday. Murderer. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. Thanks, guys. See you guys tomorrow in the Discord and Sunday with some more Red Dead. Bye. Bye. Thank you for stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Go give Gigi lots of love. Thank you for being here. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Wait, is it gonna do the thing? Oh my god, is it gonna do the thing it's supposed to do?